Hey, motherfuckers, how's everybody doing tonight? This is Grampy Lobster. I am, oh shit. I usually breathe hard, but I would have been on time, but god damn it, every time, there's always a reason I'm late. But I realized that I didn't have enough coffee or anything to drink really. And these things tend to go. So I just literally, seriously just sat right back down and I'd like to, hey Adam, how you doing? Um, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this, for showing up, for we're in a you know certain situation right now where we're all staying in place. Hey, Gma Pam, and I've been doing more live streams. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been meeting people. People have been talking a lot. I try to keep, these things a bit upbeat, because entertaining people, having a good time, finding out things to talk about, cheering people up, Um, a lot of us, it's kind of, hey, Hannah, how you doing? It's a stressful time. It really is, and Ed Ramirez, how you doing? And I would say I would use a Mexican accent, but it really doesn't sound like a Mexican accent. And I really don't know if you're Mexican at this time and day. I really don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to sound, well, fuck, I come across however I come across. But anyway, in my absolutely non-Mexican accent, I'm El Glado to see you here, Mr. Senor Edo Ramirez. But Celeste, how you doing? Hey, and I'm glad you showed up. Hannibal and Monty's show. I'm glad you showed up. Celeste, I know you were asking the other day about because I had said that if I did that show the other night that I could take Mrs. Lobster out for a nice dinner, and with the what do you call it? Social distancing, things are closing and everything. I looked on Grubhub. I was looking on DoorDash and everything, and I like local stuff, right? Because like I've told people before, we get some of the best food in the world, Italian food especially, right? Things like that, to our house that some people like can't get in a restaurant. I mean, it's just some of the best stuff in the world. And so we actually, what we did, we went local. We did this Italian thing, and we got some lasagna. I got some antipasto that I haven't even gotten into the fucking. It's still in the fridge. And got oh, and I got me some chili fries because I love chili fries, and it's just French fries with chili and cheddar cheese on it, and jalapeno slices. And I have never, Solar, what's up? I have never ever claimed to be like a health eater, because and plus, I don't eat that all the time, but and I can't forget what else we got, but and then we had to change the order because at the last second, after it was already ordered and everything, and the guy did it anyway, and he even threw in a 2-liter bottle of iced tea, or a liter bottle of iced tea down there. But it was really good, and so I just wanted to, hey, how you doing, baby Jane? But that's that was the first part of, because we couldn't go anywhere, and sometimes I found that if you call a restaurant, right? If you call a restaurant, and this might sound petty to some people, when I go to a restaurant, I like the way my food is presented to me, right? I mean, sometimes at home it doesn't really matter because you're eating it and whatever. But when I'm purchasing food in a restaurant, I want it to look. If I'm in a restaurant, that has good food, I want that food to be presented to me in a good way. I enjoy presentation, not the artsy fartsy shit, but I want it to look good, right? I want to look at it and say, that's why I spent my money on that meal, right? And but sometimes when you get food like delivered and it comes in different containers and stuff, it doesn't have that same presentation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of picky about that sometimes, because sometimes, it's just, I don't know. And it might just be me, but we went local and stuff, and that was really good. But I know I'm petty about certain things. But anyway, I am so glad people are in here tonight. I wanted to talk about things that I was having a conversation actually with my son earlier, right? And I've told you that that my kid's mother, I passed away and stuff, and her funeral's tomorrow and stuff. And we were talking about that stuff and everything, but we were talking about and we're just joking around, right? And cheering each other up. And Lobster blew 6.5 million on DoorDash. No, it was the local delivery. The delivery only cost me $2, but but anyway, so we're just talking and talking about this, like if the amount of people that can be at a social event, right? Like at his mother's funeral tomorrow, there's only 10 people who can go, and we're just talking about things like that, and I was thinking to myself, and just trying to cheer myself up, and I was talking, I just I mentioned, I said, it really, really, really bothers me about this coronavirus. What really, really bothers me and gets my goat about this coronavirus, and it's eating me alive. I'm serious. I'm having a hard time with this. February 12th. Some of you might know what February 12th is. If you're a sports fan, if you're not, I'd like to explain something to you. As a small child, right? Since I was a small child, I've always been a sports fan. I used to hockey, baseball, I learned at a very early age, right? My earliest dream was to play second base for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I learned at a very early age that my best bet in sports was just to be a fan, right? I didn't suck, but I wasn't going to make it very far past Little League. So I took that dream of playing baseball and becoming a baseball fan, right? And every year, right, through my entire life, right, living in different areas, right, and people that have known me in different areas, they knew that I got into my fucking baseball fan, but I was always a Dodger fan in the beginning, right? I mean, because I grew up there. But anyway, but my point is that every year, February 12th is always important to me, and I'm serious when I tell you this. Is February 12th, that's the day. And I'm going to tell you this. I have set my calendar every year since I was a small child at February 12th, every year. Because that's the day that pitchers and catchers report for spring training, which meant the beginning of baseball season. Now, with this every year, it's just a tradition. I mean, I know some people don't like baseball, right? And I get that, right? Some people like NASCAR. Some people like basketball. I mean, I like football. I like college football, especially. I'm really getting into hockey, college basketball, college football. I like the Celtics, because I've been in this area for fucking 10 years now. So I mean, you gotta love the B's or the C's. But anyway, and the Bruins, but coming into February, there's the end of baseball, football, and or basketball and hockey and all that stuff, and the end of those meant the beginning of a new season of baseball, right? And I've always looked forward to this. It's just who I am, right? And wherever I've been, right? And it's always on my calendar, and every year it starts. And this year, February 12th came, and pitchers and catchers reported, and things were looking up for me. Sure, Mookie Betts went to the Dodgers, and so did David Price. But fuck David Price. Mookie, we knew he was going to move on because of his contract. I'm still getting over Tom Brady right now, but I understand why Tom left, right? However, we're talking about baseball. Well, we start this season, preseason's going on. Red Sox, they're not looking that bad this year, but they're looking better than they did last year, even when they had Mookie Betts in the fucking. I mean, it's the unknown. Every spring is a renewal. Every spring you have that chance, right? And in the middle of spring training, right? Fucking Corona hits. They canceled baseball. See, I know they canceled and it really hurt me that they canceled the. Yeah, I know it hurt you too. The NCAA basketball tournament, which honestly, kind of got me. But anyway, so that got. But when they canceled baseball, right? I mean, I'm a guy that I can be doing literally anything else, and I've got the game on, right? Whether it's on the radio, which not much anymore. If I'm in my car, right? Or if I'm doing a live show, right? And I've people that know that over the years, I've actually showed this, not actually the picture because that would be copyright violation and all that shit. But I've told people for years, yeah, I got the game on right now. I blurted out scores, right? That people don't give two fucks about. So people know this. And it's been taken away from me. This is the last year that the Pawtucket Red Sox, right, the Paw Sox, right, are going to be playing AAA baseball in Pawtucket. They're going to be moving from a place they've been within for 50 fucking years, right? 50 fucking years, right? Okay. And moving an hour into Massachusetts, fucking Worcester. Fucking hate Worcester. God. Jeez, they can't even support a goddamn fucking minor league football team that sucks fucking bullshit. But anyway, they're moving up to Worcester. So it's going to, instead of taking me like 20 minutes or 25 minutes, it's going to take me twice as much time. Plus, it's going to be in fucking Worcester. It's not going to be in Pawtucket anymore. It's always been in Pawtucket. But it's money. It's baseball. I understand that. But the last season at McCoy Stadium has been stripped from me, mostly. It should be starting this coming up week. I was going to get tickets. I get tickets every fucking opening day and freeze my ass up until I can't stand it. And usually end up having to leave by the fucking 5th or 6th inning because it's usually raining or just cold as fuck, right? And most people don't go to fucking opening day because it's cold. It's that time of year where it's still cold when they're playing baseball. But that's been stripped away from me, ladies and gentlemen. The thing I've always counted on, right? I've been in a hospital with no radio, no television, or back in the day, before all these things were available. And people would ask, and I just want to know what the score is, right? and there's other things, I love people know I like Motorhead, people know I like a lot of other things, but without baseball right now, it's hard. And I don't know. Fuck, I noticed. Goddamn, Hannibal and Monty. I was gonna just go again and wet my pants for a minute when they came on, but I was like, oh God, I'm on a roll, and the last thing I want to do is fucking lose it. Which anyway, but I saw they're in there. Rumor Research Lab. How you doing, Solar? What's up, Jeffy, Celeste? No, I just wanted to share that because. And not that I'm not taking this seriously, because trust me, I've been I've been literally told do not go anywhere. And I've explained why to people, and they're like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. But I'm what I'm calling myself a demographic. I'm a target. So anyway, I'm not a targeted individual. But fuck me, it's fun and trying to stay as calm as possible without freaking out and getting all paranoid and, starting up, instead of being sad about it, and just doing what you're supposed to do and trying to have a little bit of fun while you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, I lost people when I was going on that fucking baseball rant. Oh, shit. And, I wanted to do a live stream, and I was like, God, I really don't know what to do, because there's other things I want to talk about. And I'd like to talk to you about your, in a bit, talk about, things that you really enjoy that just aren't, and I'm not talking about, well, I mean, whatever, you understand what I'm saying, those things that you do, right? That just happen, that just aren't happening, I'm not talking about a television show or whatever, but yeah, it's how you take it, ladies and gentlemen. It's how you, it's how you deal with things. And, I just, thought I'd share that. Let me see. No hugs 1 year. Yeah, Jeffy's always. And like I said before, another thing, those people that, and like I said, if somebody, I mean, I understand. It's not that I don't enjoy a hug, right? But some people, like when they meet you, or some people are just like touchy-feely, huggy, they're just huggers. They're, and I mean, I get that, I've become, I used to just go, no, like that, or just, when they hug you, but now, I mean, it depends on the situation and stuff, but in general, I don't miss people that, like huggers, the people that just have to fucking hug you or touch you, right? Fist bump, whatever, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, but or people that have to explain to you, you know what? I would shake your hand right now, but with this virus going on and all this, and it's like, holy fuck, sometimes things don't need explanation. We already fucking know, but you're annoying. You're the house. I put my hands on everyone. And I get it. Some people, but see, and that's another thing, right? It's how you do it. I don't know. Like I said, it can be either. I mean, sure. If it's like somebody says, "Can I give you a hug?" And it's like, well, if you feel a need to, I mean, because I'm not the one that's gonna like go out and hug. I mean, because so I guess I don't understand that in general, and some people don't. And I'm not trying to like crap on people that are genuine, because there are people that just like to be genuine and shit like that. But I also wanted to like talk, and I'll put the link in a minute, and I'm because I really want to talk, and when I put the link out, I want to talk, maybe some, like I said, some lighthearted topics. Oh yeah, and you know what? The people, Celeste, you're right. The people that have been social distancing forever and have been telling people stay the fuck away from me. Like I knew somebody years ago that their thing was 36 inches personal space, right? And she'd go like this when people got like really close. She just kind of got like that. The way she did it, it was like she didn't do it until it got, she didn't just like freak out and say that, but that was her thing when people started like getting like really close, she was like 36 inches. And a lot of people, would go, oh, you know what, but sure, absolutely. So you see a lot of people coming out now, right? I've been social. Look at Gary Snowflake, he's been social distancing his whole life, he's glad to see it. He doesn't want anybody hugging him. He doesn't even want his wife or his girlfriend hugging him. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta trim this. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just shave the beard off and leave the mustache, but and then the color is coming back in my hair, and I'm not really sure what to do. So we're also taking possible sponsorships of possible colors to dye my fucking hair and my facial hair within reason. Like none of this, like hot pink or blue or you know what I'm saying, but colors, light shade or dark, whatever, So if you'd like to sponsor that as well as the closed caption part of our video captures, let Adam know and hit us up and maybe for whatever fucking reason, and that reason can be anything you want, right? But so you can like donate or something, and that's where we throw in the Patreon, and we also throw in the mugs. I noticed that Monty the Hannibal and Monty show was actually in the stream earlier. I don't know if they're still here, but Christina Blackfeather had sent Monty the I guess the original artwork, some kind of file with the thing, because Monty said he was going to do some like lobster art or some shit like that. And so and hopefully he can get that resized so we can like put it on beach towels, because I've actually had a couple of people that said they'd like to have that Grampy Lobster logo on a beach towel. Which, I mean, who wouldn't want to have Grampy Lobster on a beach towel? And even a t-shirt, ladies, you can have Grampy Lobster on your tits for just buying that t-shirt. And what a warm feeling that would be, and totally not. Anyway, so yeah, sponsor something. Absolutely. Whether it's the closed captions and we do emo Howling Wolf, or something if there's closed captions, because closed captions, ladies and gentlemen, can be really fun, because closed captions don't always capture the words that are being presented to you. So deaf people might actually be, or hard of hearing, either people might be, they're seeing words sometimes that might not be true. And sometimes they can be funny, right? Sometimes a word or at a right point can be just funny as fuck, right? It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. So if you like to sponsor something like that, because our technology, ladies and gentlemen, is very fucking limited, as you fucking know, because we've got no technical shit behind us. We run on fucking StreamYards, and your donations and Patreon and shit pretty much pays for that and everything that goes along with that, including yours truly, who is most likely usually really fucked up. And at a time like this, you've got to have you've got to have a sense of humor. And when you're as old as me, I'll kind of like go a little bit Von Helton at you, right? When you get to be my age, and in this situation, right, and you're like target zero for I don't know, all sorts of things, age, health, whatever, So, you have two choices. You can like freak out, because you got to stay home. You have no fucking choice. So you can either A, freak out, right? Or I don't know, B. Okay, actually, there's other choices you can make as well, right? But this is how I choose to just have some fucking fun and hopefully entertain people. And because people know that this is pretty much me in real life, and it's a shtick. It's Grampy Lobster, and it's turned up on the internet. But this is also a good reason for me to social distance, because when I talk to people, sometimes it can be. I've talked to people in real life that have watched my live stream, and they go, "Dude, that's not a character. That's you." But can you sponsor a head shave? Absolutely, for about $10,000. But yeah, no, we're not going that way. And that's. So yeah, Trump said got mentioned. That's first shout out of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat my hat, and apparently that goes back to somebody else that was doing all sorts of challenges and stuff. I'm not making a challenge, I'm not, like going, hey, if, I'll do this if I'm not going there. I'm not going to suck down a bottle of ketchup or a bottle of ranch, because personally, I don't like ranch. I hate fucking ranch, right? I don't eat things like that. I don't shove everything in the world on a fucking pizza. I enjoy my food, right? So, anyway, social distancing put an end to revenue source. Yeah, I do have awesome hair rumor research, and that's another thing you can be supporting is my hair products, if you like, which my wife buys the shampoo and stuff, and I told her about the hair color, and she's the one that came home with it. But anyway, I might pay to see a clean cut lobster. That all depends on how much you want to pay, right? So anyway, and the clean cut, that's never been my thing. And I wouldn't know why somebody would want to see me with a haircut anyway, unless they were a hater, right? Or somebody just trying to fool me, I get what you're doing, man. You're trying to upset me. And right now, you got me. Please stop. I do worry about drug addicts and alcoholics. How are you doing to survive with social distancing? Will you run the street for drugs? The government would legalize and supply. Absolutely. Pimp out Celeste. Well, that... I would say I was going to say, well, you'd have to talk to Celeste about that, but then I decided that probably wouldn't be a good idea to say, so I wasn't going to actually say that. But oh shit, oh fuck, oh Hannibal, or they are there. Nah, some people, they have a problem with my hair. I've gone through that, my mother, to the day my mother died, I kept my hair short because she's wanted me to have short hair, right? I've always had a thing, and we'd always end up we'd be driving around town, and she, I was taking care of her towards the end of her life, and we drive around, and my hair got a little bit too long for her, and we'd end up at some kind of haircut place, and she'd be like, yeah, I just figured you might need a haircut. And so I, kept my mom happy and stuff. I've had, and that was like, she died back in 2009 in June, July. And since then, I've had a couple of haircuts, but it just kept growing my fucking hair because I found that people like worry about your hair, right? I had people that offered to cut my hair for free. They offered me a gift. People offered me gift certificates because they thought I couldn't afford a haircut. People were like wondering, well, why won't you cut your hair? And I'm like, well, why do you fucking care? Right? Hey, when are you going to get a haircut? I don't know. And so it just started. And I've never been a big fan of haircuts. I've always had like longer hair and stuff. And, took that like boundary. I mean, I had some weird haircuts in the Army, homemade haircuts in the Army just to make my hair look longer than it was and shit. But it just seems some people are fascinated with the length of somebody's hair, especially when you get to my age, right? Because apparently I'm supposed to be bald, and I'm not, and I have good hair. I mean, it's getting, I'm getting a little bit thin up top in the front, and I'm very aware of that and stuff, but I still think I carry off the long hair well. It's not like I've got like nothing on the top and nothing on the side, and all I've got is a fucking little ponytail in the back. Something that's just hanging on to some shit that's not there anymore, I mean, and when it gets to the point, if it got like that, if it even got close to something like that, I'd be like, you know what, it's time to cut my hair. But my hair, I have good hair. And that bothers some people, and that's not why I have long hair, but it's just fascinated me. It's fascinated me for fucking years that some people have a problem with the fact that I have long hair. Right? What do you got long hair for? Right? Are you a hippie? I'm like, I've never considered myself a hippie. You know, I'm not really into hippie music. I'm not really into hippie culture. Um, sure, I did I did acid and stuff, you know, but a lot of other people that did weren't hippies and shit. I like Jimi Hendrix, but people that weren't hippies like Jimi Hendrix, you know. I mean, you know, wasn't a lot of didn't like the Grateful Dead. Still to this day, don't like the Grateful Dead. Oh Jesus, God, just the thought of that. The only concert I ever walked out of was a Grateful Dead concert. I went and sat in the car, drank a 6-pack of beer, and smoked a joint, and waited for my friends to come out because I was just like, this is just the worst bullshit I've ever seen in my life. The only concert I ever walked out of. But anyway, yeah, my hair. Some people just see. Monty, whatever, yeah, fuck haircuts, you know. I mean, why? You know, I mean, and at my age, I mean, I could understand if I was working in a position. I understand a presentation that like a company, like, you know, like working it, like I wouldn't work in a machine shop, but like long hair, you know what I'm saying? And there's been times in my life, you know, where I've had to cut my hair, you know, besides the military, right? I've had to like trim up a little bit. I couldn't have facial, you know, a beard or something like that. But I understand that, you know, but like you know, I'm on disability, you know. I mean, you know, I'm just an old guy. I get VA benefits and shit, and I don't really have. I mean, there's nothing that says I can't have long hair. There's no. I don't live by a dress code, right? And people that know me know that, and but yeah, it's just some people think you have the look, I shaved my head before. When I lived in Oregon one summer, it was hot as fuck, right? My hair wasn't real long, but it was kind of getting long. You know, my mother used to call it being shaggy, you know. And it was getting a little bit there. It was hot as fuck, right? It was like 100. I mean, it was just hot. And I went and I was like, you know, I'm gonna go get a haircut. I'm gonna get some of this shit off my fucking collar. And went in there, and there was a sign that said buzz cut $7, right? That was like $4 cheaper than a regular fucking haircut, right? So, and it was hot as fuck. So I told the guy flat out, I said, give me a buzz cut. And he goes, are you sure? I said, sure, absolutely. So I got a buzz cut. They were shocked and horrified. When they were driving down the street, I could see their faces as they were pulling up in the car, right? They had this shocked because I looked like a fucking criminal. I mean, it's not a good look, right? And oh my God, I got a lot of fucking, oh geez. I mean, things were said like, what the fuck did you do that for? When you said haircut, I didn't think you meant that. I just, oh yeah. So, I mean, there have been times that like I said, I've not always made the best decisions, you know. Yeah, long hair is a gold trademark signal of the USSR. But yeah, so I was simply suggesting it for extreme difference. Absolutely, Trump said, and that's why I went into the kind of thing that I was going into, because even though you've got that name that you have, you know, I know right now that you're struggling too, and you're having a hard time with this. And for some reason, you showed up into this fucking side chat, and I'd like to thank you for that. Widow's son, I hope you're having a good day. I haven't seen 2 concerts. Yeah, $4 is $4. Let me see how ironic. I bring up a buzz cut topic and it becomes topic of discussion and I get timed out for it. Nice. I didn't know you got timed out for it. Actually, I don't, you know, some, you know, I do apologize. Well, you know, not all women, I'm not, Celeste, I'm not trying to like, you know, I don't, when I say something that might, I'm not trying to like put every, you know, I hope everyone is doing well. Which wrench don't have a wrench, so I didn't get it. You know, and that's you know, I don't want to get into a fucking who's got a wrench. I gave a bunch of Okay, so yeah, see, I know Celeste. It's just I there's certain people that would scare me if they were actually, if I ever thought they were legitimately pissed off at me. No, I'm just saying I love you. I mean, I'm just that's, and that I just I have fun. Sometimes I'm not sure. I mean, um so absolutely it's the wrench code. Whatever that tells. Brought a towel. You brought a towel? Oh shit. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to, and oh fuck, I learned this the other night. I have, oh, they are plugged in, and I am so glad. Oh shit. Well, folks, that's how much I pay attention. Is the video coming in? Hopefully nobody said the video sucks, and my webcam that hopefully works when it gets here better than this one, and is it's coming. It's supposed to be here by the 3rd, but today's the 1st, and I'll have to check but oh, thank you, Rumor. And I hopefully I need to get like an external hard drive to unload a lot of shit that I have on my hard drive, as to probably make the computer run a little bit better, right? Because there's a lot of shit on there that I want to keep, but how much can you keep without shit slowing down? So I'm trying to well, I need an external hard drive, and that's going to help out a lot when I get one. But anyway, oh, there they are, Lobsters asking for stuff. Oh shit! But at least I try to entertain people, and there's 12 people out there, and I have no idea if there's a thumbs up or stay in here. See, Jeffy, I don't know. See, these are things that I don't understand, like when I'm shopping for one, right? Or what do I need? And when people say that, I have no idea what that is. So see, that's how uneducated, right? Whatever, not calling myself stupid, but just I don't know about that stuff. So if when somebody says, oh, you need to go here and do this, this goes to the fact that what I don't understand, when people go, oh, it's easy to learn OBS, right? I don't understand a lot of this shit, folks, right? Remember, I was late to the game and hard to fucking learn a lot of shit. I had to learn a lot of, I didn't know how to fucking screen share on Google fucking, remember the Google Plus, the Hangouts, right? I didn't figure out how to fucking screen share, right? Google Plus stuff, right? And how to play that until right at the fucking end, right? So that's how slow I was to the game, right? And then I saw it on fucking StreamYards, and I'm like, oh, it's just like Google Plus. So it seems like, oh wow, Lobster knows what he's doing, and I don't. But so I could use contact me. I mean, I don't dox people, I don't. We'll barter something. I don't know what I can barter, or we'll figure something out. I'll wash your car if you pay for the fucking travel and lodging and food, things like that, But so when I say, I need help, right? I need somebody to help me. And you'll get credit, and it's not it's going to turn into a thing. I just I want somebody to explain to a stupid person, right? And I'm not calling myself dumb, because people go, oh, you're not dumb, whatever, repetition, somebody that has to explain things to me, right? I mean, if I start reading shit, I don't pay attention. It's not really there, so, and somebody's going to have fun chopping that up. Well, it's not a habit. People don't have a habit of chopping my shit up yet. And, but, oh God. Well, how old is your computer? It's what I got it 4 years ago or some shit. And like asking me what it is exactly right now, I'd have to like look it up on the yeah. So I mean, I don't. Yeah, when people talk, I don't know. I'm not. It's a holdover from the Cold War. Well, the way technology, as fast as technology goes, it's not hard for. I learned really fast how fast technology work. How fast things become like obsolete, or we don't use that anymore. So yeah, it's and I'm not looking for anything fancy. I'm not looking for I'm not going to like that's just not what I do, and it's not what I'm looking for. But a little, help, a little, give a lobster hand. So it looks, because of course, ladies and gentlemen, it looks professional as fuck right now. And I know what you're saying. You're always saying, Lobster, how much more professional do you need to look than you look right now? And I'd be like, I understand that, but we're always looking to improve. Not to make it look like a, Tonight Show stand or something fancy and stuff like that, but just, a little guidance, a little help, and in the end, we might even, give you a discount at the Hot Wiener Emporium, and, well, yeah, it's something we can discuss, and not to like say, oh, we do this or we could do that or whatever, but yeah, if you're interested, sure, hit me up on Discord or something or whatever. But anyway, anyway, so and for fuck's sake, right? Tutorials. I understand video tutorials, right? But when I have to stop and and I get what they're doing because I've had people, but I don't want to have to keep stopping and going back. And it's always good for like refreshing and stuff like that. But still, someone with patience, somebody that can say, yeah, he's okay. This might take a few minutes, and let me go pee and get a cup of coffee because this is going to take a while. That's what I'm saying, right? Not that he's not teachable. It's just going to take a little bit extra time, right? I had to go to the stupid kids math class when I was in the 5th grade. I'm not afraid to be picked up and marched across the room like a total idiot and displayed as, but anyway, shit. But no, so we're trying to keep this light. We're trying to keep this as humorous as possible. And see, there's people, Trump said, the guy, he threw something out there in the side chat. Hey, I don't know who the guy is. I really don't care. But what he said sparked me off in the direction. Like I said, folks, this is never scripted shit. I don't have sometimes I have a topic and there is actually a topic later that I'd like to get into, and it's going to be kind of a retrospect maybe in the end of why I brought this up. And Christina, how you doing? How are you doing this evening? Rumor research, 2 a.m. is your mom's favorite time to give Trump. Oh, fuck. I love the side chat because it's like myself. Most of the time, it makes absolutely no sense. Oh, no, I've never said, I'm not saying anything bad about you, Trump said. I've never I've never, and if you've taken it that way, I'm sorry. It's your fault for taking it that way. But as far as I have never. I mean, okay, the word Trump kind of triggers me a little bit, and I think you understand that. That's probably the psychology about, I mean, because you're probably in another side chats too, and it probably triggers some people. And so, I mean, just to sign that, seeing that and stuff, and the general idea of what that would probably mean and stuff, sure, it triggers me a little bit. No, but you know where I'm going, all right? But no, I've never, just because you've got that name, I mean, you've never been an asshole. I mean, you're actually part of the fun in the fucking side chat, because if these people take a lot of this shit too fucking seriously, I do apologize. And there are certain things that like get people going, and I'm not trying to do that in here, but like I said, there's a lot of things out there. If you'd like to come in, things that you really like, just used to do, things that you can't do now, right? Not like I said, I simply don't understand why you would allow RRL to use the wrench to speak to me in a derogatory manner. I didn't know who's RRL, who was speaking to you. See, and that's what. Yeah, I'm not. Look, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that shit here. Seriously. So yeah. If you wanna, Oh
God. Grampy, what's up?
Are we gonna be depressing tonight?
Are we?
That's totally. I'm not, right? I was just wondering how you're doing.
I'm doing fair to Midland, as my dad used to say.
Well, that's good. So,
no, I hate to hear about your sports team moving away from you.
Yeah,
that I've never understood the want of a sports team to move to a different location, other than they're just not getting the new stadium they think they deserve.
Yeah, a lot of it's politics and stuff, and yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. Sometimes it comes down to the amount of support that they actually have in a certain city where they're at. How much a city, there's some cities that they'll put money into it. They got no problem with it because they want it there. There's some cities, anymore that they waited too long and stuff like that. I mean, the Red Sox gave them a hometown deal. You know what I'm saying? Right. With what they were willing to do, and because they were putting a lot of investment into this. I mean, and it was going to be beautiful and shit. And Rhode Island, everybody's like, well, what about feeding the poor? And this isn't money that would go. I mean, and that's another thing people don't understand when it comes to programs that I don't know, but it got really shitty and everything. And they finally finalized something, but by then the city of Worcester had snagged it up. They're like, look, they don't want it. Seems like they don't want it. And they were talking to the Red Sox or the team and shit. And slowly it just fucking slipped away. And a lot of people don't seem to care though, because,
Well, see, it's like I was saying in the chat earlier, you were talking about you kind of mad about everybody's moving and everything. You sounded like me when I talk about my favorite British soccer team. I'm a soccer fan, and don't ever get me and a certain group of my friends on that subject, because we all support different teams and it always turns into a big playful argument. But The stadium thing, and this actually happened with my soccer team that I support over in London, called West Ham United. They had when they had the Olympics over there, they built that humongous stadium, the Queen Elizabeth Stadium for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And after the Olympics were over, like every team in the league, in the Premier League, put in a bid for the new stadium, and lo and behold, my team was the one that got it. And so they've moved stadiums. And so I'm like, well, I mean, I guess it's best to do that than just to tear it down, after they spent all that money and all that time building it. But, I've heard a lot about like major cities that have sports league teams, and it has to do with a lot of the times it has to do with just the infrastructure of the city itself.
There's fucking teams that are they're inserting things like stadiums into the background of a city, right? They're making it part of the landscape, right? Now, like a city of like Pawtucket, right? They're dealing with teams in baseball like Charlotte, North Carolina, that has an NFL team. They have an NBA team, so they know how to like build things, right? They're willing to do that, right? Indianapolis, Indiana, right? They've got the fucking Colts, right?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. They don't have a Triple A. I'm talking about Triple A, like minor league baseball, right? So there's cities. They build these stadiums now, and they put it in. It's part of the structure, part of the infrastructure, and part of the landscape. They make it part of the city, right? And it works on so many fucking levels, right? And like in Pawtucket, they're like, well, they only play 83 ball games or whatever, and and they have concerts in stadiums, right? That are they play hockey outside again. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things people do with these places. And as soon as they're like, it's not worth it, we need to feed the poor, which, like I said, that was the argument. It's like, but they didn't want it anymore, and I'm not against feeding the poor, because for education, even if they had the money, they'd still fuck it up anyway. But it just, some cities don't want it anymore, and it leaves people like me. I mean, we're heartbroken. I'm sure that when the team, I just want to see a game. I just wanted to see the last season of McCoy Stadium, right? Sure, it's a shitty stadium, and they should have bought a stadium or something, right? They could have kept the team, right? And I'm pissed off at them because they're leaving, but it's the last fucking season, and the goddamn coronavirus, fuck,
and it's also about.
I'm being No, look, dude. I'm being and I want you to totally understand this. This is where I'm coming from. I'm being inconvenienced right now by this shit, right? Seriously.
No, absolutely.
And there's a lot of other people that are being inconvenienced by this shit right now. And we need to get angry at Corona and say, you know what? Stop it, man.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, no, I understand. And, it's not only about being able to go and see your favorite team. It's also about like the memories that you have of actually going to the games like years before, like when you first started going.
I'm watching fucking World Series highlights from like 1951. I'm watching hockey fights, right? From like 1971. I'm like, Jesus, fuck, I need something. I don't want to watch games from like last year because that just, I'm trying to find this thing, and it's really fucking hard, and I'm not getting anybody's not really paying attention, and it's hard. It really is, man.
Oh, no, I totally get it. Like,
serious. I'm having a hard time. Because I always have the game on. There's always a game tomorrow, right? It's not like football. It's like there's a game on every day, and there's not a game on every day. Opening day was supposed to be like this week or last week or something. It was starting in earlier, right? Didn't happen, dude.
I agree.
I might be freaking out, dude. And I really, I'm nervous about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Like, and you're definitely right. We should definitely blame Corona for all of this because, like, now, like, I was planning a trip with me and two of my buddies to go to a big concert in Atlanta, Georgia, and the next day, like, we had been discussing this, we were getting everything in place, and then suddenly the whole
concert. That's a concert. Concerts come and go, but seasons only come once a fucking lifetime. The entire season is being destroyed. That concert's going to play again, but the season can never be the way it was supposed to be, right? So they're going to have a free concert somewhere. They're going to give people discounts. They're going to say they're going to come back to that town, but they can't replay opening fucking day because it wasn't done on opening fucking day. And that takes that.
No, you have every right to be mad. You do, and I applaud you. I applaud you for your passion about it.
I mean, it was hard not being able to see the end of the fucking season with hockey. I mean, the Bruins, man, they had one of the best fucking, I mean, they were on their way. They should have won last year, right? It didn't. This year, it's been a drive. It's been and they were on their way. I just knew it, and that had to be put on hold, right?
I haven't watched.
Who knows if they're going to be able to reassemble that team, dude? Who knows? So there's something we might have lost. The Celtics actually, who weren't supposed to have much of anything this year, are in the fucking mix. We're not going to be able to see the end of that, right? We're not going to see what really happened, right? Even if they have the same players back, are they going to be in the same shape? We don't fucking know because it didn't happen, right? And you can't replay things that never happened, So, but with the baseball thing, it was supposed to happen in April, dude, and it didn't fucking happen, And I'm really, really stressed out about it.
Hey, and like I said, you have every right to be. I mean, it would be like, if my college team or my British, well, I mean, the rest of the soccer season was canceled because of all of this, and I'm used to waking up, at all hours early in the morning to catch a live game somewhere because it's being broadcast, like it's daytime or like mid-afternoon there and like 3 or 4 in the morning here, so I'm getting up at all hours of the morning just so I can watch a live game.
But you actually go, are you able to actually go to the game?
Not unless I fly to London, England, man.
Absolutely. So understanding what it's like, right, to get in your car, right? You got your tickets, right? You get in the car, right? And you drive about 20 minutes in. And it's not the best fucking drive because driving through Pawtucket is kind of a shitty thing. We got some crappy fucking roads, right? But getting to McCoy Stadium it's an experience. It's something that it's like we're on our way to the stadium. It's only like 23 minutes away. I got my GPS, right?
Right.
Less than 15 miles, right? And I mean, getting home usually takes a little bit longer because it's dark and roads are like unlit. It's really fucked up. So, but anyway, so it always takes a little bit longer to get home.
Well, no,
and, but anyway, but that going to the stadium and being there, right? Experiencing. Oh, yeah. I mean, watching it on TV or having your favorite team, but there's nothing. It's not like being at least like in the same vicinity of like in the region of that sports team or a place that you've been, right? So you actually have that memory of what it's like to actually be like in that arena or that stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like I mean, and it's not pro, but I mean, I grew up, it's like I've told you before, I grew up in Mississippi. I'm a die-in-the-wool Ole Miss fan. And I've been to, there's nothing like going to that stadium and watching the football game. I love to do that. And I've done that a few times over the years. And you're right, there's nothing like actually being there and like actually cheering them on. It's different if you're listening to it on the radio or watching it on TV, absolutely. But if you're in that stadium and you're around another bunch of people that love the team and dig it and everything, and they're there to cheer them on and have a good time, there's nothing like it.
So oh Jesus Christ, here comes Too Tall Rob. Yeah, why not, Rob? You know, I wouldn't. I last night. Um, um, Last night, yeah, I told you it wasn't, you know, a night for Too Tall Rob, but fuck me. Um, let's get Too Tall Rob in here and see what happens. Hopefully Gary shows up. I want to talk to people that are, you know, and I understand, you know, I mean the hometown things, the things that you mean, the things that hit home, you know, that you do on a you know, not like going to work and, you know, just gummies and Too Tall. I want to hear passion, people. I want to hear that, you know, I really hate this, you know, it's really hard, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do because, you know, usually I'm watching I seriously fucking miss baseball. And people that know me understand this, right? I mean, you know, look, I've got more baseball worthless like souvenir shit from banner day to card day to promotional posters that they gave out and shit. I got a lot of like, I have my McCoy Stadium replica. Oh, it's in the other box. When I moved everything in here from the other room, I've still got some stuff that I've never put up, but yeah, I've got like, I'll pull, and it used to be on the walls, right? Like right in front here when I first came here, because I used to do this from the other direction, you know, and you could see all my, you know, like Pawtucket Red Sox stuff in the background, my Red Sox stuff. And so, hey, Rumor, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, not much. I mean, well, what I said, sure. What's up with you?
Not too much. Just wondering how everybody else is kind of doing with all this, you know, craziness.
Well, and you know, actually, I am super fucking glad you showed up right now. And maybe this isn't the time for Too Tall Rob, because, and I'm serious. I was seriously hoping that somebody would make that, you know, perfect timing. Seriously, because there was a reason that I decided to do this stream tonight, and why I've been doing them, right? Because, you know, we've all like experiencing things and trying to do the best we can, you know. And you know, I mean, I like meeting people. I've been in streams that, you know, from people that I've never met before that are talking about just anything, right? Just to get themselves away from what's going on in the world, right? And except for one, okay, we're not gonna talk about that stream I did the other night, the spooky time one, because that to me was still like, I'm still trying to process that one, but and because it's just, but so that's just, but anyway, but except for, but other than, and that was actually pretty positive for the most part, but then it just went weird, but okay, except for that one. I know, Celeste. That's why I like you, Celeste. But except for that, you know, I'd only had one what I considered like negative experience, like in any live stream that I've been in, right? About like making it about something that is like totally unnecessary right now and stirring shit, you know, just to piss people off, right? I mean, that Trump said guy, you know, I don't know who he's not being disrespectful. He's just being a whatever and part of the side chat and stuff. But I saw a video. So for the most part, everybody's trying to stay upbeat. You know, I mean, things are happening. People are emotional. People have like haven't been able to go to work. Some people's lives have been very limited. Some of us who live in a small, I heard the description that I've used at times about myself and the type of apartment that I live in, when a certain person made a video about how pathetic our lives are and how much we're whining and crying and being all pathetic while this person is and complaining about our lives and
Girl, bye.
going downhill. You know,
Girl, bye. Shut up. Nobody listens to her anyway.
no, I know, but and how like she's living the life of luxury and shit like that, and just and then her vengeance shit with like because she talks to Jesus and stuff, and her and God are tight because all this shit, which that's bullshit she's been saying for fucking
delusional,
years.
Just delusional.
Yeah. But I mean, the same person that attempted to the same people that tried to fuck and convince people they're actually fucking on camera and enjoying themselves and something was actually happening. Are the same people telling us, and they're like, "Oh, they're obsessed with me." And I'm like, "No, I even got shit in that stream the other night, right?" They're like, "Why do you give them shit? They leave them alone and everything." I said, "They put it out there." I said, "People say stupid shit. I'm the kind of guy I'm going to say stuff, right?" And because it's for her to get a reaction, whatever. I don't know, but and at this point, I don't care because it's like past the whole cow. It's just stupid shit, and I like to respond to stupid shit because she's such a fucking cow, and I don't know, but no. So I was just trying to show that people can have fun while having a good time and talk about things they miss, and maybe a humorous way. Although my suffering with no baseball right now is it's a real fucking thing. But other than that, people are doing the best they can and living under circumstances and like when somebody that I mean bragging that like, oh, their literal life has changed, we're just living here, it's like, and this is the same person that right after this shit started, she got on video and claimed she had the coronavirus, right? Because she had the flu, she had the sniffles or some shit, right? And then she was gonna go to the doctor, and they said, well, the doctor said I don't have corona, right? I mean, she did like 3 fucking videos or something before she actually came out and said she
it was ridiculous.
Yeah, and then she came out and said she never fucking said it, right? And I think I've got and it's like I don't know. To me, it's almost like dealing with Stinky at this point. You look for the nuggets. You look for the I don't know, things that are said. It's like, that's not what you said. I mean, I don't know, kind of the way certain people do it, but I kind of do it like differently. Yeah, just I'll see something, right? And instead of like making graphics like people do, like, on this day, remember this, I just like throw shit together and like show what was, so, but yours probably makes more sense to people the way other people like you do it because you actually explain what's going on. I just hope people get a fucking,
I don't know. You know what? To me, like there are a lot
Plus, I usually do a lot. I probably do a lot more pot. I eat a lot more fucking edibles than you do too. So that probably is one.
I seriously doubt that. But like there's several moments with Shani and Rev, obviously, like where you think, like wow.
Yeah, they've hit rock bottom.
You think so, and then it's just like wow. I don't know.
It's the same thing to me with Stinky, right? People go, well, why do you care anymore? I'm like, look, we've come this far. I want to see the end of this story,
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's like we wouldn't know about a lot of this stuff unless it was out there on the internet, Like when people say things people are going to look into it. We live in an age where if say, somebody says, oh, I didn't get arrested. Fuck me. There's people out there that'll spend that $20, right? Because a lot of people have that anyway, because we live in a day and age where people will do records check on people. They want to find out who people are before they deal with them. And you can do that legally, right?
Yeah.
And so the fact that, when somebody says, oh, this didn't happen, like a legal thing or public information acts, right? All that shit. So yeah. And people are like, nah, I don't think that happened. And people are going to look, right?
Exactly. Or like, for example, you're accusing, police of police brutality, and you're accusing, like,
that's why they have those
Black women of having people have you jumped, which is just absurd and irresponsible. So so I just and the fact that we spend all this time, because when she claimed that when she was making that video that everybody's asleep, because they've all lost their jobs, or they've got to go do a job, and they've never done anything, and they've all got these meaningless jobs. Shani's never had a job. I mean, she's got a paycheck from Subway, because if I remember correctly, she only worked there for about 2 fucking weeks. Other than that, pretty sure she didn't really have much of anything, right? Nothing like to go, what I don't give people advice on a lot of things, right? Because I'm not that guy, right? And like at times, employment history was one of them. Like, I don't give advice on people, I can tell people how to burn bridges and fuck up opportunities in employment and stuff, Yeah, but the difference is like you're not out there like giving people advice and like fucking oh, you people and blah blah blah, and talking down to people. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You're not talking out of your fucking large stained ass. That's
and the
difference.
fact that she's she's God's favorite daughter, right? And it's like, if she really believes that, then she shouldn't have. I don't know. There's a lot of people that believe that shit, and I don't know anybody that's threatened to kill her personally.
No.
I wouldn't.
No.
I would. I don't. There's people that don't think she should have her kids because of the naked time they had and their that stuff when the kids were probably present.
None of that. Like, the thing with the kids, I don't feel like it's really anybody's business, but I don't know, when Rev was driving like that, I think it was a concern mostly for the other people, like at the school, like teachers.
What it was
that didn't know that somebody was out there.
And just like the driving. I've known people that are just as weird with their kids, the way they treat them and stuff, or the way they act with them, or don't interact with them because they've got a PlayStation or something. And I know people that do have very little interaction with their kids on a daily basis because of that, because the kids got something to do, that's what they give, and they're not the only people that act like that, sure, absolutely, but it's what comes out of her mouth, though. You know what I mean? I don't, and to me, I never, when a lot of this started, not that like I said, I'm not saying I was the reason, but it kind of with that, because she'll mention that Charles Manson thing where she still thinks that he's innocent and stuff. That was only the final thing, because just a lot of how she would talk, just how interact. I never really considered herself really a nice person. She was doing these fucking hangouts and she let people come in, and other people had been doing that already, type shit. It wasn't like she was doing, and she made it sound like she gave everybody this chance, right? She put herself out there, right? And all we did was, people were being very were being very respectful
Because I mean, I let it be known because I was surprised they ever let me on to begin with, right? And because she thought it was really funny, when she was streaming like my Von Helton videos, right, on her channel, one after another, and those can be long, streaming those on my channel, and I had no problem with, right, because it was getting her some views. They thought it was funny, right? They thought it was funny. So I would come in, right, and I'd be like, God, they have to understand what I'm doing. I've even told Shani, right, I've got shit videos of you, Shani, and I kept reminding him, you understand what I do, right? Oh yeah, you're funny. And I had never even talked to Rev before. The way he's like, oh yeah, And there's other people that I'll meet in a hangout that I've never talked before that go, hey, I've heard of you, Grampy, or hey, nice to meet you, or something. I mean, this kid was like, oh, I love you, and we watch all your videos and shit. And I kept thinking, well, apparently they haven't, right? So I never gave him much, And I would tell him, it's like, I still think you're a little scout, I'd tell him that all the time. But and then when that stuff, and then when I was dead, when I got pissed off because just I don't know, that whole attitude changed, and sometimes you see a real person, right, evolve. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I think her real personality of what she really thought about a lot of shit started like peaking again, right? And pretty much went downhill from there, and pretty much peaked with that whole Nancy Pelosi shit, And now she's mocking us. She's looking at us and she's laughing because we're cowering. We're all in fear, She's living the life of luxury, which is not the life of luxury. She lays in her bed. She's got fucking probably
man, the coronavirus, like, she didn't even have to do anything for the quarantine except buy some like cheap ass tater tots.
Yeah.
Protein spray for the tater tots.
Yeah, and that was the thing. They make $20,000 on this is what they say they do for a living, right? And $20,000 they made, right? They do the stock market for a living, right? So when they make $20,000, and we all know how the stock market was like way low one day and was like way up. So the fact that you made $20,000 in one day doesn't count maybe for like the amount of losses that you've taken in the previous two or something. Because if you're going to make that many gains in a day, you had to have taken the losses that have come before. You know what I'm saying? So $20,000, whatever. But if that was a celebration, if they'd actually won $20,000, right, I would have fucking called, like I said, we called out for food, man. Somebody sent me stuff and they said, you guys go out to eat. We couldn't do it. So we had shit fucking delivered, right? We had some food, good food, lasagna, antipasto, my chili cheese fries, and we had a good time with it, and some bruschetta, and which is actually pretty good for carry out. I mean, we got good food delivered out here, but it's like and we got way less than $20,000, right? For and for this whole thing, because and I mean, we're talking more along the line of $50, right? Or right now, right? So, and go do it, right? And it's going to be more. But anyway, that's beside the point. But so we're like, okay, so I called the place. We had some really good fucking food delivered. They make $20,000 in their celebration. This is their celebration food, right? So they're having like meatless chicken nuggets that aren't chicken. Right? They're having tater tots with that sprinkled shit on it to make it fucking healthy, right? And then she made that shit in a fucking pot, right? I don't even call it macaroni and cheese because it's shit in a pot, right? It should have been buried. I mean, that That's like the way she made macaroni and cheese is like that first attempt where they go, well, we'll just throw this one away because you're pretty much fucked up. You know, we're not even going to feed this to the cat or the dog, right? Let's just throw that shit away. That was some of the nastiest looking waste of fucking food I'd ever, and the ability to cook it or actually know what the fuck she was doing from the time she put noodles in cold water, you know, was astonishing, you know. And we're suffering because that's all we do is talk about Shani and everything. And I went a long time without even bringing her up, but she's she's talking about
what's going on, Grampy. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, Rob.
Yes, I was going to share the brownie recipe with you last night, buddy. I guess
No,
you
I don't
weren't feeling it.
No, I don't want the recipe. I want the brownies. I told you that. Serious. I already have
You want home fresh delivery.
Yeah, make that eagle fly.
I know this excellent Chinese delivery driver, but he might get the wrong address.
Well, we'd have to make sure that didn't happen.
Well, where the hell's that damn snowflake at tonight?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping he'd pop in, you know.
Is it too late for it? Is it past the midnight hour? Is he not going to turn into a princess if he don't get to bed?
Real chef's
I just been live and I was getting winded down and you popped up and like, well, hey, shit, I'll pop up here for a minute. I'll see you how doing and stuff.
Well, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. You doing okay?
Ain't dead yet, damn it.
Well, that's always a good thing, you know.
Not always. We'll take it. You know, another day, another brownie. You know what I say?
Absolutely, sir. I do. Absolutely.
Oh my God! I don't know if I'm gonna survive this damn coronavirus. All this sitting at home, coming up with different ways to cook wonderful brownies, is like, man. But I have fucking outdid myself the other night. I made the best batch ever, I do believe.
Was that when you were late? Was that when you were laying down?
I found some of this maple flavored coffee that I'm going to try to infuse with my bacon brownies. So
now that
sounds like super fancy.
Well, Rob was laying in his bed the other night when he came on a stream. Like it was like he could barely fucking sit up. Said he ate too many fucking brownies, or the brownies were like too powerful. We didn't know that we were.
That was the quarantine cookie crumble I had that night.
Oh fuck! We didn't know that. We thought we might be watching like Rob like pass out and die or something. We didn't know, man. We're like,
did you hear about? Fuck. I did a live stream and I fell asleep. And my neighbor come up. She popped up.
Yeah. I mean, Rob, you've fallen asleep in streams before, so that's nothing new, you know. I'm just saying, you know. So,
yeah.
You telling me that? Did you know I fell asleep in my stream the other night? It's like, okay, you've done that before.
But my neighbor lady, she got up and having her coffee, and she like, "Fuck, Rob's dead." She didn't know what to do. She thought about calling 911, but she decided no, not to. She come over. She knew where the back door key was, so she come over and I wake up. You know, she's one of the few people that can come in the house and the dog don't go off on.
Yeah.
And like, I wake up and like, oh, you know, she's grabbing my leg. Hey, Rob, you okay? Like, what the hell are you doing here? Damn, wait a minute.
It's like,
don't remember that.
We thought you OD'd. It's like, no, I just ate too many brownies, man.
Like, you son of a bitch, I thought you were dead. And it's like, not yet. What the hell's wrong with you? You're fucking
I've been
live.
in-
And like, oh, what? You had all this shit on the live stream. It was hilarious.
I've
Hey,
been
look.
in another universe, man.
I'll tell you right now, when I come down from Brown, when it's time to go sleepy time, I sleep like a rock. I mean, it's the best sleep I get. I mean, I mean, you can get like really fucked up and not like being drunk fucked up, but like kind of like that, on the same level at times. And when you go to sleep, after drinking, and some people don't get hangovers, I get that. I would tend to like be fucking sick as shit for almost 2 fucking days, right? I didn't get over hangovers very well, right? Anymore in my life, and I got sick of them. But I can get fucked up on edibles or smoking pot, and when I wake up the next day, I feel fresh as a daisy. Okay, it might have come out weird, but yeah, I'm woke up, I'm refreshed, I'm ready to go and do it again, but and not like Rob, I don't do it like literally every day. That kind of like, to me, kind of like takes some. I do it most days. I do it most days. I never do it on the 5th. Well,
But
I can't actually think of a time of the day or a day of the month that I wouldn't. So I guess I'd have to retract that previous statement. So
I got
yeah, I guess
off. I got cut off of the narcotic medications, and that kind of just exploded my use of the weed. Just that, if I ain't got something for the pain, at least I'm going to use more of what I got to forget I got the pain.
Are you serious, Celeste? That's
It's
one
the
of the
best painkiller on the planet.
Celeste, I got to tell you something right now. I saw that comment you right there that you made right there. That you don't get it every day because your husband like hoards it. He hogs it. That's like breaking like the first rule of like a friend with weed. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you're in a relationship, and there's times when it comes to anything, there's always somebody that might smoke a little bit more, smoke a little bit less. There's always that, just like in any relationship, right? So like even with alcohol, right? When both parties drink, there's always one that drinks a little bit more than others at times and things. So but a lot of times, it can balance out at times, depending on how you think. But when they refuse to let you, right, because they're being selfish pricks, well, that's against that breaks weed law. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on all levels, and shouldn't be tolerated. Because I don't know if I'm sitting around like anybody I know that or I don't know, if I'm sitting around and we're smoking or something like that, or if I know it's around, if somebody needs some or wants some, we're gonna smoke a bowl, right? Or something, right? Or I've already got a buzz, but you go right ahead. But to downright refuse, you refuse it when it's available for selfish fucking reasons, that's unacceptable. And breaks all. It just that goes too far, I mean, it really does. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, no, you can't have no weed. It's like, fuck off. I mean, I don't have that problem because I'm the only person in my house. My wife doesn't, so she allows me to have it. I mean, okay, I negotiate with her. She tells me how much I can get for stuff what my budget is every month, and then we negotiate. and I mean, negotiations don't last very long. It's like very quick. Just and but if it's available, and sometimes, sure, go ahead because you need it. Sometimes because you just need it, But to just refuse it, man. Sometimes you just,
Refuse weed.
I know. I mean, who would want to refuse somebody? And see, that's the thing. And times like this is when you need to like rethink, right? And when you say Lobster, what do you mean by rethink? I mean, just rethink certain things, right? I mean, they're refusing me weed. What else? I mean, they're refusing you weed. I mean, it's come down to the weed. And that's just something that I don't know. Most people wouldn't do. It's probably not going to. Hopefully that didn't stir up any trouble in your household. And if it did, I do apologize. Once again, I've had certain things just kind of go me. All our youth did the bleach thing, killing grandma. Oh my God. Let me see what else we got in this side chat. You shouldn't. Yeah, absolutely. Celeste should have never turned down Stinky's marriage offer. You know, that was probably. Oh yeah, I knew he wanted Candy. Yeah, I still got that video when Candy was like, "What the fuck?" That's not literally what she said, but you know, she's like, "No,
I'm having a difficult time reading some of this chat. Like what?
Well, but it's the context too. I don't think you really would understand a lot of because a lot of the context goes, back years. Like the fact that, Celeste and Candy, you know, they wanted Vaughn, they just wouldn't admit it, and when Vaughn stepped up to the plate and wanted to take them both, they chickened out, and I think both of them have been paying for it for not taking Vaughn up on their word because look where they are in their lives now, right? And look where Vaughn is, you know? I mean, they could have had what Vaughn has now, and they chose to go different paths. And both of their lives are completely broken now because they didn't choose Vaughn, you know? Yeah, it's sometimes you have to understand the context.
Well, that helped. Guess I cleaned the smoke off the glasses. It kind of makes things easier to read a little bit. I do like the big letters, though. That helps me read a lot easier.
Yeah. I could have been horse sex. I could be having horse sex via computer right now. Damn, you know. And see.
Oh, no. I saw a video of that one time. Oh my God.
I've seen it in the farm, you know, so but see, Rob, once again, you don't know the context of that, but in a way, knowing who said that, it is still kind of sexy, you know, but only if you only if you know the context of you know and that's the thing sometimes knowing the context of side chats is and you know there some of these references go back years. People
I don't even know, but
well,
I'm just like what?
Yeah, you're just here to be confused, Rob. You don't need to be here to be confused, but
there was a wise man told me one time. How'd that go? The less I understand, the more I have to understand, the better off I'll be.
Yeah, sometimes the less you know, the better off you are, you know.
Or the less I know, the more I'll understand.
Yeah.
The better off you'll be. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Because sometimes you just don't want to know. Because for whatever reason. Oh shit. So rumor.
Time for another rolled up nugget.
You go right on there, Rob. So rumor. Widow.
Somebody help me.
I
Let's
got
dance.
Grampy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
I
I
got
just
Hey.
some Willie.
interrupt.
I got
Hold
some
on.
lemon cookie crush, Willie Nelson's Reserve,
Wow.
Wow.
or I have some Gorilla Glue, Willie's Reserve. Oops.
See, that's
Gorilla
just too many
Glue.
choices. I would just say, give me that one, you know?
The Gorilla Glue, okay.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter to me as long as, you know, I mean, I'm not worried about really.
Smoke one with you, bud.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not
Good to
coming
have
keep-
weed
Oh,
at a
it's better to
time
be
like
high
this.
with a friend, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I'm with people on the internet right now, because I don't know anybody. I mean, I'm the only person in this house that does that, you know, and
Got all these cool people to hang out with that ain't smoking all your dope.
No, and see, that's the thing. I mean, I never had a problem. I mean, sure, it gets to the point sometimes where, like, you know, that some people, they're only there at your house because, you know, you're getting them high, you know, and stuff. And you can, you know, but, you know, for the most part, you know, if I got it, I mean, it's not like, you know, hey, just come here to smoke my shit. You know, it's like, I'm
No,
smoking.
but I'm just saying, if you had a party at your house and had this many people over, how much dope would you have left at the end of the night?
Well, it depends on how much was brought, you know, and seriously, and how high do people really want to get? I mean, I'll get high as fuck, right? But then it comes a point where I don't have to like continuously keep taking bong hits or like hits or something, you know. I mean, massive amounts can be used, but there comes a time it's like, you know, how fucking high do you really want to get? You know, I mean, I like to at least, you know, be able to function and you know, have a good time, you know.
I think I'm smoking maybe at tops. If I'm smoking hard, I might smoke a quarter a day, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that too much? A lot? Quite a bit?
A quarter would last me probably 3.5 days.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I mean, if I had tons of it, you know, sure, I'd probably smoke more. But yeah, usually, you know, look, Rob, I don't have access. Okay, I don't have funds or access to like the amounts of of like weed that you get or the way you, because you know, but yeah. So I mean, yeah, if something like that would probably be like 3.5 days, you know. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I didn't smoke that much when I had pain medicine. I've got the disability and the chronic pain, the war on drugs, and no good pain pills for you unless something's broken, stuck out your neck. So
wow, we're not here to talk about. We're not talking about the war on drugs tonight, Rob.
No. I was just saying that, you know, that's
I know.
For thus I suffer. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's, you know, that's why, you know, I hurt quite a bit. So we try to feel good quite a lot.
Yeah, it's, you know, helps with anxiety, just like getting on here, you know. See, Rumor, what a lot of people don't understand, and I've said this for years, is this, and since I've been on the internet, this is like therapeutic for me, right? I use people as my personal therapists all the fucking time, and always have been. And people that know me pretty much understand a lot of things. But so a lot of what I do is pretty much what I do is sort of therapeutic for me. Yeah, and being stoned. But yeah. So come on, who's okay? All the math I know is how much quarters, halves, and ounces are. 7, 14, 28. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this, with everything going on, it's given me time to actually get more of the stream I'm about to start, kind of get more ideas of it together. I've been working with I've been working with a brother of mine for the last, probably like the last few days, kind of going back and forth. And so I'm going to do the StreamYard thing until I can get me a new system. And then I'll tackle OBS, I guess, by myself until I can figure it out.
I've had good. I'm not smart with the. I'm kind of new at this, and I'm really enjoying the StreamYard. Do the panel shares and the screen shares and play videos and stuff.
Oh, Rob's doing a fucking shill. He's a paid shill. He's been paid by StreamYards to say this.
No. I pay my
I
fee
know.
every month.
I
pay, but I've heard people that try this iOS or something or another with and it's no good. So,
well, yeah. I'd like to upgrade the presentation enough because, and like have somebody like I think somebody was in the sites that some people saying that they would, just like get to the point where I can do it without like totally fucking it up, but because
you definitely need like an OBS layout. You need an OBS layout, and I like OBS. It's easy to use. You can have a lot of different people on here. You just need to get a layout, and it'd be cool.
Yeah, and see, I had somebody help me a long time ago, and they're like, "Okay, you're all set up, right?" And I'm like, "Can we do a couple of dry runs, right?" And they're like, "No, you're all set. You'll be fine, right?" And I tried to do a dry run, and I fucked literally everything up, and I couldn't get back to it. And I've been asking people for the longest time. I mean, I understand people go, "Oh, it's really simple and shit," but repetition, making sure somebody understands something sometimes before, like running through something.
No, it's definitely always better to do like test runs and like as far as podcasts. I've always used Mixer, which is like a free software, and you can broadcast that to, something like anyway, there's a lot of different stuff you can do, and it's not that hard to set up, and you just have to practice using it. But I think you need to OBS and a cool lobster layout.
Yeah, and see, that's where I'm kind of going. I mean, somebody said like that. Like the whole idea with me and Mudbrucker or something or whatever, and get a green screen. I have a green screen. I've got the stand that I hang this stuff on is for my green screen, but I'm not a green screen guy. You know what I mean?
You can use a green screen like through OBS. It's really easy to use all that stuff, but the thing is that you have to like have a use for it. So if you're going to be doing skits or different things where you want to use it, then it's definitely easy to set up. But I mean, like it just depends on what you want to do and what you want to cater your show to.
Yeah, and because I mean, like right now they're like, "Oh, you should use a green screen," and I'm like, I don't really. I wanted one, but I'm like, first of all, I don't understand enough of it to like actually go, "Yeah, I want one of those," and not knowing. I mean.
Well, the thing is, you don't need a green screen necessarily. Like, look at fucking G-Man. You can use OBS. OBS has a way to to where you can set like the transparency level and stuff to where it doesn't pick up everything in the background.
Oh. And
you can do it without a green screen. It's easy as hell.
Oh. Okay.
Look at G-Man. G-Man uses Zoom to do. He's standing in front of like a solid wall. G-Man doesn't have a fucking green screen, and he's got like a library background on his videos. So it just depends.
I find that so funny when people use backgrounds like that aren't known for like being an academic person or a scholar or you know what I mean, like G-Man standing in front of books, right? Or like when Von Helton puts those World War II airplanes on his videos.
See, I haven't followed them long enough. I just saw that G-Man had changed his screen, and I thought it was because people were trying to dox him, like living with his sister and stuff. So he was trying to mix it up a little bit. I thought that's why he did it, but I haven't followed him long enough. I don't know if he's always been doing that.
Yeah. But yeah, I just, and the thing too, if the quality went up, you know, and I don't know, I throw my PayPal or something out there. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs so I can get that Dragonaut money. But that's what I call it. Just somebody said it one time, and I was like, yeah, that's a good thing. That's something to shoot for, is Dragonaut money. But instead of super chat money, call it Dragonaut money. Anyway, but I just thought it was funny, you know, because but yeah, a better layout or something like that, and time, or just, you know, it's, I don't know, doing a better layout, you know, I'd want to do, but I don't know how. And God, people tell me,
well,
like,
I mean, there's like a formula, you know, like you just have to have like a regular uploading schedule, good thumbnails,
yeah,
you know,
and that's
killer
the
intro.
thing. I have no idea how to make thumbnails, right? I don't know how to make. I just the things I use out of like memes and shit a lot of times that I have in my fucking files and shit, you know. I don't know any of that shit, you know. And you know, I mean, even if it's not like it doesn't have to change. Like Bozo, a lot of the stuff I use, Bozo made for me, and I just kind of integrate it. Or the shit with the lobster, you know, Gary Snowflake did that. I just kind of like mix it together. Well, Carl does. And it comes out the way it does. But yeah, but none of that is anything I create. I create the ending, but they like make little things and pop things in and stuff like that I can use, and you know, shit like that. Anything psychedelic and weird comes from Bozo, you know.
I actually like those a lot. The psychedelic ones are always really cool.
Yeah, Bozo's
I like
he's
those too.
He's a psychedelic guy. He's
See, that's one thing, like trying to get somebody is like me who's wanting to start doing this and everything. Like I've talked to quite a few people, and you know, I hear different opinion. They're just like, yeah, you could do. You got to be careful with StreamYard because people can, you know, raid your, you know, if the link gets passed around, people can, you know, raid your show and all of this. And then I hear people saying, you know,
but you can boot them too.
Oh yeah.
You can boot people and ban. I mean, so you can do that. So
because I mean, I have like a very core idea of what I want to do, but that's the one thing, you know, it's like, because I mean, because Grampy, you've seen a lot of the the drama and crap that's been going around lately, and I don't want that anywhere near what I'm going to be doing because it's poisonous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I because see, basically the premise of what I'm wanting to do is discuss music, philosophy, psychedelics, you know, things like that. And I have a lot of friends who I've reached out to that, you know, want to, you know, come on when I can get this going, because I've got, you know, basic idea. I've got a layout, format, all of that. I'm just trying to find someone that I trust to basically kind of help me, I guess, put it all together. Somebody that I can also get to give access to it and be like, okay, here, it's done. Do what you need to do. Get it put up.
So you're looking for like a producer, because that's the one thing that's hard with doing running a podcast or anything like that, is usually, you know, you want being a host and being producer. It's really challenging. You usually just want to do one thing.
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends of mine that are very close to me in mind. It's just, you know, trying to get our schedules to click is the only thing.
I have a question, Rumor. With these producers, do you know about what the going rate is to like produce a show or what?
No, I mean, like usually you just find somebody that knows how to do it and you get them to do it. You know, that's always what I.
Well, I mean, I know I know Boolinator does it. I know other people do it. I mean, Frankie does it, I think, for the Geek Room now. But he used to do it. I know other, but
I think that's something that, I don't know, I could help you with that. I could get Adam set up to do that. I could, whatever we need to do.
Yeah, he could be a producer. I mean, he's not an. Unlike some people,
I know everyone trusts Adam, and he's good at he knows everybody and stuff like that. I can help with it too. Like really, just whatever you need help with. I can show you like the technical side of it on how to do it, and I can, if anybody needs me to do anything, just tell me. But I'm always happy to help. But it's easy to set up.
You're not going to find hidden dash cam footage of me and try to have my cat removed from my house, are you?
What?
No.
Context, Rob.
Of course not.
Never mind. Just
smoke up.
Of course not.
I know. I'm just.
It's reserved for the most evil of evil.
I know. I understand that.
Back in the day, I got into radio because some guy on the radio show made a comment that I just got an email from the little girl kittens, and so you're in a studio getting emails from your cats, and I'm so I had to call up and represent the Canine Nation, and that led into a friendship for many years and a little writing network radio and stuff. And it's a pretty good time.
Rob,
it's like you say cats, and I'm triggered. Oh, I got to make a comment for the Canine Nation.
I know puppies can be cute too, but Widow, speaking from a point of like not knowing what I'm really doing or anything like that, and I don't have like tons of subscribers, but the one thing that I've learned, like when people say they have a specific like idea or something, that's always nice, but a lot of times it's you have to bring out your personality. You have to give just to say you want to talk about things. You have to give like me, like I honestly, I use my personality or just like who I am. Right. You try to go, I mean, sure. I'm Grampy Lobster and stuff, but, and saying that a show like about music is, you're gonna we're gonna have like music philosophy. There's a lot of different stuff you can get into, right? So like discussing like what types and having somebody that really, the people on your show, people have to have a reason to like stay on the show for more than a minute and a half. I mean, my average view time is, I think, 10 minutes, or whatever. But, and I'm not saying that, but, you have to like, I'm not saying like put on a show, but you have to, like with the backgrounds and stuff, but there has to be personality. There has to be, there's a difference between telling a story and showing a story,
Oh yeah.
But that's, that's why I get animated a bit and stuff like that. Plus, this is how I am anyway. Not trying to give you, but yeah, just like, I mean, this old Grampy Lobster thing, right? I'm not like trying to be anybody. I mean, this is what the fuck it is,
Well, you're really personable, Grampy, and that works really well because, like if people didn't like to talk to you or listen to you, they wouldn't. So you have that in your favor. It's a combination of both the technical and, the talent,
Yeah. And you have to have somebody, just because like I've had, and like it's come across, and I've had like, even like Gary Snowflake said something the other night, but I've thought about like doing more of a structured type thing, which it's hard for me because I'm not a structured person. And but having like somebody like going, it's almost Wednesday, or whatever, or
well, think about it. How often does Drag upload? You know, it's important to people to see somebody they like regularly.
Yeah. And I've had people, I've had a bunch of people say, you know, like you and Mudbrucker, you know, and Mudbrucker, he would do something like that, but then he gets called back to work, you know, because he's easy to have a conversation with. I mean, he's, you know, and he's unique, you know, and he's a friend.
He's awesome, but I mean, it's going to take some commitment, you know, as far as like you need to make sure that you have people scheduled. I mean, don't overwork yourself, you know.
Oh, no. It's not a like, you know, but and Adam, he's good at. I mean, Adam's basically the one that got me on the Pimp Monk show, and introduced me to Missy and.
Oh yeah, Adam's great, you know. PR. I bet Adam could help with, you know, lining up different guests and things.
It's just sometimes he sends me to streams where I'm like, God damn it, boy, if you were here right now, I'd punch you in the face. But I still try to have fun with it. But there was actually one link he sent me to one time where I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. But he finds shit, you know. The boy probably sleeps less than I do. And he's got kids, you know. I mean, fuck. But
that's awesome. Like networking on other shows, that's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm supposed to be on the Hannibal and Monty show.
On that topic about networking, that part of the reason I'm on the YouTube and stuff, I'm wanting to make a movie, kind of like a 48 hours type story.
Yeah.
You know, if you watched the 48 Diamond House.
Yeah.
If you've seen 48 hours and stuff, well, I've got a wrongful conviction story that I suffered, and 48 hours, Aaron Moriarty, we talked about it a bit. There was an interest in the show, but the corporation wasn't interested in it. And so I'm wanting to make my own YouTube kind of movie, like a 48 hour show that's going to bring some persons to accountability and help me get some justice. I'm not going to be seeking in the Supreme Court for a new trial. That's some fucked up shit. And I'd like to hook up with people into YouTube and to find some people that could help me make that come to fruition, I guess you'd say. It's kind of, you know, the reason I got on the YouTube a bit. Plus, I kind of like hanging out with people, and it's just been a blessing running in Grampy here. We sit there and shoots and cheats and have conversations. I like it.
I just wanted to say hi to Ivan Vane Bean real quick.
I like the flip, Grampy. You said you didn't have but 500 subscribers, and I look like, well, son of a bitch. It's like, yeah.
Hold on, Rob. Okay, what's this going on with Ivan? I know cats won't kill you unless you're an infant, and dogs will.
He just said a couple of really funny things in the side chat, and I wanted to just say,
okay, I saw that me and Rumor were cold after making good points about Fab Geeky. With Fab Geeky, she's really funny. I approve. I guess she has differences too. Tom Rabbit is a live chat curator as well. Yeah, I like Tom Rabbit. He used to be in. I remember Tom Rabbit. He used to be in Google Hangouts a lot. And I know he's got a Discord or something like that. I don't hang out in Discords because a lot of times I don't know context of what's going on, or I really don't care, or you know, which is, you know, people are overrated.
I stay away from that Discord like I do Facebook.
Well, I mean, like in the Fun Brigade, you know, there's not been very many like voice like Discords and stuff. There's been a few, and and when it is, it's not like a lot of Discords. I mean, it's not like it's not a zoo. Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's really nice. It's pleasant. People just like share cool stuff. That's it.
Yeah, and that's the way I kind of, because there's places like that for there's other places for that, you know, and stuff. And I mean, because there's people that I think we're all friends with that aren't necessarily friends with other people or whatever like that. And that stuff we keep away. It's lolsy shit. It's personal shit. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And try not to get personal. Make your point or something, but not like personal drama. It gets squelched, right? It's not going to happen. You can take it somewhere else, and that's just not something where people go, whoa, let's But there's trolls, haters, naysayers. There's all sorts of discords for that. We just
like I said, I got caught up into some shit like that. It really fucks up the channel bad.
I mean, the thing about it is, at some point, it's inevitable because as your channel grows and as your popularity grows, I've noticed, especially when YouTubers they're about to hit 100K and stuff, it seems to be all hell breaks loose. So you just kind of have to, think about ahead of time how you're going to deal with situations like that.
Yeah.
And just decide to keep it moving. So
and see, I tonight, with that side chat shit where that Trump said guy, got timed out or some shit. He's never been a shitbag in the side chat, and I don't mind. Sometimes he, like I said, he said that one thing that had me going off on whatever it was the fuck I said for 5 minutes. So and he's not being a dick. He's not and so that kind of bothered me.
I like Trump. He's been a pleasure.
I'm just we're not talking about Trump. No,
we're not talking about politics. It's just.
I was just going to say
that was but that was the guy's name. So
because of where I come from, the people are a lot meaner. So
right, yeah. So and it is.
I was just going to say that Trump come over to my channel this morning during a live stream, and he was having a little bit of a drama issue, and he's been a good guy in my chats, and I've always enjoyed him.
Oh, okay.
He just got some tiff about him being a veteran and stuff. I was like, dude, I think you're a veteran. You don't even have to show me a fucking card.
Yeah. But
it stirred up some drama, and he showed up at my house today. It was like, whoa, was he over here tonight too?
Who?
Grumpy? Trump said, did he come over here and visit with you tonight?
He was in a side chat for a bit. He's never been a problem.
I didn't notice.
That's what I was just talking about, Rob.
Yeah. Like I say, it's kind of hard to rewind and be up, but that happened earlier in the show. I didn't see any of that.
Okay. Hey, listen, being officially it's April Fool's Day now. What do you think the first viral prank that's going to be really stupid? How long do you think it'll be before it hits the fucking news? Serious.
I'll probably say before the sun comes up.
Yeah. There'll be some kind of
kind of like that idiot that went into Walmart and licked all the deodorants and then got arrested for terrorism.
Oh, well, the lady that went with the produce at that one grocery store, $35,000 worth of produce. Yeah, she's in a lot of trouble. Especially when first of all, when you're going to do it, you're stupid. Second of all, when you're going to film it, you deserve to just take your medicine because you're just that much more stupid. When you produce evidence of something that you did, that it's like, why would you do that? It's not funny. It's not funny when there's not a pandemic, right? So why would you choose now to, do something stupid like that? I'm fascinated with people like that,
doing it for the views.
Yeah.
Did you see that girl that licked the toilet seat in the airplane or whatever?
Oh yeah, Dr. Phil had her on TV, right? She doesn't give a shit because it doesn't kill young people, right? She even talked about how much of a slut and a horse she was when she was in fucking spring break having fun, like making out with guys, fucking all sorts of guys, just and she even said promiscuous,
Had a real genuine zero fucks to give attitude, huh?
And you know what? Even if she doesn't get coronavirus, one day she's going to be all wrinkly and sad and fucking lonely and crabby and everything, and she's going to be sitting in a rocking chair, right?
The shit you do for clicks and views.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, serious, She's going to get old one day, There's going to be that, that she's going to be replaced, and it doesn't take long, them views. Oh, yeah, or that coughing prank, The one guy went into a store, started coughing and telling people he had fucking corona. It's like, yeah, you deserve to get arrested, because you're stupid. Or terroristic threats or whatever. I mean,
Grumpy, I had a guest on my show that went, he was going to the grocery store to get cigarettes or something.
These earbuds make my ears itch. Hold on. Okay.
And I said, hey, while you're there, why don't you take your camera and audit the apple fritters for me? Well, anyway, Snowflake was there. Next thing you know, we got this guy. He's going to go into the store, splash some water on his face, and he's coughing a little bit. And he's looking for the tomato sauce or something, walk around the store.
Yeah, I was in that screen. I was watching that. I didn't think it was a good idea. I mean, I was like, yeah, that's going to cause a bit of a commotion. Sometimes comedy, sure. In another time, it might be funny, but.
Did you see the one guy that, what was it?
I noticed he didn't do it. So, at least he was smart on that level.
Pug Face Media. He did a video. He's all dressed up in a yellow hazmat suit and a big old mask and the respirators and stuff. And he went into a grocery store and did some shopping. He come out about I don't know, it's probably about a 15-minute video, but he come out of that store just cooking. He had to come out of that suit fast.
Oh, yeah. Probably baking in that thing.
Yeah, those things are like
that was probably one time when he goes, you know what? I don't really sure if that was really fucking worth it, man, because
you know what was funny though?
I've been stuck in suits.
He did get the content. I mean, it's kind of funny that today you can go to the grocery store and there's somebody walking around in the store in a hazmat suit, and you can just walk right past him and reach over and get some cheese out of the ice box. It was hilarious. It was like, no big thing. Here's a guy in a hazmat suit. Where's the cheese?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Celeste, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I can't go to the hospital or get tested to see if I have it because I might be a carrier. And they say I'm still walking, so just don't do breathing treatments. They sent. Oh, well, I do breathing treatments, but
yeah, I've got some run.
Oh, go ahead, man.
But I've had a lot of. Right now, I'm getting rescheduled for the end of May or the middle of May for my appointments. But they're also telling me that if this is still going on and that still is pending, right? So it's like best case scenario or whatever, they're starting to schedule like in May and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't, unless there's like really something seriously wrong with me. I can't go to the I can't go to the hospital. I can't go to the doctor. I'm not even supposed to go outside. It's and that's the part that can be a bit stressful at times, because what happens if I don't feel well, I mean, and when do I actually need to go, yeah,
like my mom is in her mid-70s, and she's pretty much a homebody anyway, and you know, I worry about her definitely when she has to go out. But the one thing that was really irritating me more than anything when this whole thing started with all these panic buyers, right? And they're just going in there and they're just taking everything and like making it more difficult for everybody else. And I'm just thinking, what a bunch of scumbags. Like, why would you do that? Especially for people like my mom, who, I mean, my mom's stocked up. Like I said, she's pretty much a homebody anyway, unless she's like coming to visit me or, you know, something like that. But why would you put vulnerable people in an even worse position?
Because people look, people suck on so many levels when it comes to panicking. Like when there's a hurricane coming, right? There are people that will literally, now they're going to stay in place, they're going to go somewhere, but literally they will go and buy everything they can, right? And fuck everybody else. Not what they need, but everything they can. Same way when it's going to snow, right?
Oh, God.
With the bread and the fucking milk. It used to be a thing. At least they left the toilet paper, right? They used to buy everything but the fucking toilet paper just for a few inches of snow, right? Some places, if there's a dusting coming, people freak out on that shit, right? But with this, it's like a nuclear. It's like you find out who the real scumbags are, right? The people that, you know, they're not planning for, you know, I mean, like with the toilet paper, right? There's going to be people in a few months, I think, they're going to have so much toilet paper, they're not going to know what to do with it because they were stupid. And the price and then you'll be able to buy toilet paper in the stores again, right? Because when people like rushed everything and just like literally bought everything up real quick, right away that took away the supply, a lot of the supplies, right? Because stores normally don't run out of toilet paper, right? They get restocked because they understand how people use it, right? So people, I don't know, most people I know buy it for at least enough for, I don't know, we buy it maybe once a month, you know, we'll buy a big thing of it or whatever we've got on the little, you know, but it's just two people. So I understand when there's like more people or something, I get that, right? A lot more toilet paper is going to be needed, but the amount of people, you see how people react, you see how people really are. Some people don't give two fucks about anybody else. Some people are going to offer help for people without having to be asked. You'll learn a lot about people, you know, who they really are.
And the one thing I did notice was, and this was before even like real symptoms of it were announced. Like people were just assuming that it was a stomach problem. And I'm like, first of all, you don't assume anything. You never assume anything because we all know what that does. And second of all, if this were in fact a digestive issue, that's one of the first things that we would have been made aware of. Well, hopefully. But if you found out later that it has nothing to do with the stomach or the digestive system or anything like that, which there are some symptoms have been listed that it can have those, but a majority of the time,
okay, never mind. Somebody was breaking up. Go ahead.
You're not seeing that. So what's the point of stocking up and stealing all the toilet paper, basically, fighting over it? I mean, it's like Black Friday all over again, except for toilet paper. And then you got these other scumbags who are selling toilet paper like on eBay and selling hand sanitizer on eBay and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, now we are starting to see who the real scumbags of the world are, because now you're just trying to make a buck on tragedy.
Yeah, and there's people out there that are trying to make money on this shit, you know.
Honestly, like it's hard for me because, you know, like when I see
You know, when I'm going through stuff, I try to like think about other people that are going through stuff. It makes me feel better. I mean, not like, that kind of sounds weird, but you know, like right now, like I work with I'm actually the co-founder of a prisoner support org. And, you know, like today we were giving interviews to different like newspapers. We do media, we do a lot of different things. This is just my side life. I also run a business, and I'm trying to keep people employed. I'm trying to keep being able to pay taxes. I'm still trying to run a business, keep people employed, pay my own taxes, and keep myself afloat. At the meantime, I also run a prisoner support organization. And right now, the prisons are being hit hard. They're refusing to close them. We've had a hell of a time. We're trying to help people file stuff to get out early. Some people have released people in jail, but some people have not. And what that means is, you know, just some dude that gets arrested for a DUI. Like, how many times is, you know, like, anyway, maybe I'm just fucked up, but as a person, but to me, like, most people have been arrested at least once in their life. You know, for me, I've been arrested several times, you know, and it's just because I'm an asshole. And I just like, I used to get into a lot of trouble in my early 20s. That's just what I did. You know, I got arrested for putting my probation officer on the internet for free phone sex. I had my computer seized. I've gone through a lot. I was 19 when that happened. It's just literally been one thing after another, but you know, it's been okay for it's been a while. But anyway, but the thing is, you could have some misdemeanor for some bullshit, be sitting in county jail because you couldn't afford bail, because you know what? People are poor and sometimes they can't afford shit. That's just how it is. People shouldn't penalize people for that. And yet they're going to have to sit there through the entire coronavirus because guess what? The courts have closed.
Good morning,
except for
Gertrude.
usually a few essential services.
Right.
So a lot of people are sitting in county for some bullshit. They're not able to get out. And then there's also people in prison. We've got, you know, there's an elderly population, you know, in prison, and basically you're just sentencing them to death. You know, for example, in some of the prisons, they're telling people, oh, when you lay down on your bunks, you just need to switch and lay down on opposite sides. Meaning that you would lay down, the person on the bottom would lay down one way and the person on the top bunk would turn their head the opposite way. And they call that shit fucking social distancing. What they're doing to those people is cruel. And if you want to see like a population that's really hurt by the coronavirus, you see that a lot of it's like a prison population. You know, and I mean, I don't know. People can think what they want about prisoners, but you know, they're human beings,
right.
And it's just it's fucked up to sentence them to death like that.
Let me ask you a question. Seriously, and it was mentioned in the side chat. If somebody was to say, "Are you talking about letting murderers and rapists out of prison?"
No,
because that's what
obviously not.
That's what some people like Celeste made a comment, and I understand. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I mean, there's a lot of people in jail or in prison for fucking weed, you know, or something that.
The problem is that most people just assume that, like, why would your first thought be that everybody's a murderer and rapist? A lot of people in there for like not being able to pay a fucking traffic ticket.
Yeah,
like very few of those
absolutely.
people are murderers or like rapists. Like, if you look at the percentage.
Yeah,
it's usually like mental illness and a lot of other things. And I'm not saying that they're perfect, but do they deserve to die because they weren't able to pay a speeding ticket or because, you know, they were selling drugs? I mean, there's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we should sentence people to death like that.
I agree. I mean, it's everybody else. But yeah. And, sure, I get it. There's a lot of things like that that have to be answered, or we're going to turn. You know, I mean, what happens when like it hits like a big prison, right? Well,
and the thing is, it puts the people that work there at risk too, and they're taking it back into their communities. Like, it's a lot deeper than, you know.
I mean, yeah, seriously. I mean, going to the store right now, I mean, I don't know. It's got to suck for people that like are in for like, I don't know. It would have had to. It's like I'm waiting for my hearing. I'm waiting to see the judge, and all of a sudden, boom, this hits. And it's like, nah, you're not. You're stuck here until whenever. Man, I can't imagine. Obviously, I've never. I mean, I've been in jail before, but I've not to the extent of. I couldn't imagine, like,
not when there's a plague going around.
Yeah, but just the whole idea of being in a certain spot where when it hits, like you're stuck, right? Especially when it comes to like going to court. I'm not talking about corrupt courts or whatever like that, because like literally everything's shut down. That's I don't know.
And I'm pretty conservative in my views, but I do believe in human rights, and I think that goes against human rights. I'm not saying let all fucking prisoners go and let's just run around the planet. But I am saying let's use, we incarcerate more people than ever. And a lot of the people, we use them, as prison labor.
Mm-hmm.
We're giving companies like breaks to pay these people, pennies an hour. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm conservative. I don't think we should let everybody go, but I am for human rights. And I think that there are a lot of people that don't, they need to have that reevaluated.
I agree.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I mean, we don't know how this is going to like turn out. We don't know, like, and even, I don't know, even if we did something now, what we haven't done before is still catching up with us,
Is there any count of any prisoner coronavirus cases going on like we have for the population?
I mean, definitely. There was one in Ohio where a lieutenant tested positive, and we're actually helping people file judicial releases there, which is kind of like parole where you get out early. And because there was a lieutenant's different because he makes a round around the actual facility. So, well, I mean, people are welcome to believe whatever they want. Celeste Kitty, but I believe a country is only as civilized as their prisons. So, just a personal opinion.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I understand, like, I mean, not trying to like play it, but I mean, I understand like pretty much both sides. I mean,
I do too. It's a polarizing issue.
Yeah, it is.
I see her side too. I used to feel that way too. So I get it.
I mean, I've known people that, I knew a guy a long time ago. He spent, almost 5 months in county jail for his court date on like a quarter ounce of pot, right? Because they considered him at the time, when they were calling everybody a drug kingpin, which was basically that's what they would charge you with to try to get you to like talk about who your supplier was and shit. And the guy, he's like everybody else. Hey, he's like buy a bag of weed and shit. But they were trying to pin all this shit on him. So he ended up spending like 5 months in county jail for something he didn't do, and was literally acquitted found like literally not guilty of like the kingpin, time served, like that. And but in the end he got a fine, but he spent 5 months for that. You know what I mean? He wasn't dealing heroin. I know some people think, well, it's still a drug. It's like, fuck off, but yeah, a guy just wanted to have a little bag of weed, and it's relaxed. It's legalized in a lot of states and stuff now, and it felt as dangerously thought of by police departments and shit like that. But just the fact that there's still people in jail. Was it Illinois commuted all the sentences of people when they finally legalized it? I think it was Illinois. But just the fact that people are in jail for that long for a little bag of weed, you know.
Things were different back then. My grandfather was a DA, you know, in the South back in the day. You know, he did a lot, but anyway, he said he would prosecute people over a joint back in the day.
Oh yeah,
you know, and that's what happened. And some of these people are still, you know, these laws that were made at a different time, and maybe we've changed our point of view, or we've realized. I'm talking about a lot of people like that. I'm talking about, I don't know if you've ever read the case of Centoya Brown, you know, but like there's actual, I don't know. You're welcome. And I feel for Celeste, because that's not anything that anybody should have to go through. And I'm not going to tell anybody how they should feel about it, because it's a complicated thing. It's just, this is the way I feel about it, because I don't know.
Yeah, and you're not advocating for rapists and murderers to get out of prison either.
No, but there's a lot of different, you know, there's a lot of different things you can do with people that make a better effect too. And it's more of the human rights things that are, I don't know, but yeah.
No, and yeah, I get it. Like with people like Celeste, you know, that went through something like that, or other people, you know, that, you know, like you're in jail for a reason, right?
Oh,
yeah, people like that.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
and like
nobody.
Like the people that did things like what happened to Celeste, people like that, I don't like give a shit about. I don't give a shit about like people that like killed people, or child molesters, or rapists, or murderers, and people like that. Yeah, they should be in. I don't care how long they're in there. If they die in there, some of them, as far as I'm, you know, I'm actually not completely pro death penalty, but sometimes I just think it needs to happen.
You know, like I have had mixed feelings about the death penalty. Like that's why I can relate to what Celeste is saying, because I could definitely understand how that, you know, like when it's totally different when it's happening to you.
Yeah.
It's like,
absolutely.
You're okay with it before, but now it's happening to you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I believe in human rights for all people. I believe people should get food and water, you know, and get a fair trial. And that's just the legal part of me. I believe in that for everybody. If you don't have somebody representing you, and you don't give everybody a fair chance, whether they're guilty or they're not, then we don't have a system to stand on. We don't have, we have to do that. But I understand not everybody feels that way. And there's, you know, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves legal support.
Yeah. It's a topic that can be really personal, you know, or, and oftentimes is, you know, I mean,
definitely
people are strong on both sides, and both sides, you know, have points in a lot of cases. Sure, I wouldn't mind doing that, Celeste, sometime. You know, I'm open for anything. You know, if that's something that and not to like shit on like why it shouldn't have anything to do with like prison. You know, like this is why you're against prison reform, maybe, but maybe like sometimes stories. And I'm sure Celeste is very animated and stuff, and she can tell a story well. Hopefully it turns out better than the other night. But you know, yeah, you know, sometimes the delivery and how it's told, people can, you know, tell a powerful story. You know,
I mean, that's a lot that she should have never had to go through.
Yeah, just to tell it, you know,
for sure.
And sometimes telling a story like that can actually help you. Sometimes it's like saying things like they used to tell us, you know, sometimes to like record something, you know, and talk to yourself, you know, and just like get shit off your chest, you know, until you can like reconcile with yourself, you know. Then you can't, you know, reconcile with you until you can't figure out your own shit and reconcile with yourself. You can't like do much before that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but understanding.
It makes sense to me. No, like sometimes just, sometimes getting it out and venting does a lot. And just, I don't know. I think most people want to feel understood.
It's kept me alive. Trust me. My therapist, right? It's not a professional fucking psycho, whatever, but they're trying to put me in that shit because we just talk and stuff. And that's what I found, sometimes if there's something that happened to somebody and they have always wanted to talk about it or something, or they need an outlet, not to brag about how bad they had something, but just to get something out, it can be and it depends on how you say it as well. You're telling a story, about what happened, as long as it's done well and people keep it interesting and you're, I think Celeste would do a good job with that. Some people do, some people, when they tell stories, you get people that, it's how their life sucks because of this, their life sucks because of that. I like to hear stories of, in spite of what's happened to me in my life, this is where I am, and that's pretty much, and that's pretty much like how I present is like this old poor guy that lives in a 3rd floor apartment, cheap rent and stuff, and Woonsocket. I get that, and I have dirt poor and everything. And if you'd like to donate to me, I'm sure Adam would be more than happy to fuck. But that's but honestly, and I was telling somebody this earlier, and I'm not bullshitting. I'm happier doing this and more satisfied like doing shit like this than I've probably been in fucking years, right? I love just getting on the internet and fucking off, right? And some people don't like me, and I get that. And if you're on the internet, some people aren't going to like you and stuff. And some people think you're funny or just an old guy running his mouth or some shit. I get that, but it's really therapeutic for me. It helps me like get through this shit. I mean, because I wasn't always known for like my live streams. I've probably done more live streams recently with this StreamYard. It was even before the Corona, that's why I wanted to get on like StreamYards or something, because it does me a lot of good. I enjoy doing it. I like to fuck off, and just say weird shit, I mean, just be an extension of basically who I am. And I've met a lot of really nice people,
Well, it's really been like nice to listen to, like I'll like work a lot for a couple days in a row and I won't be able to really do that much. And so sometimes I can just catch people's podcasts, and I catch them under various accounts. And so if I don't like it or speak under my, like, it's usually because I'm under a different account, but like it provides like a lot of entertainment, like when you're just like having to do mundane shit and you're just sitting there like, so I think it's a good thing you're doing over here, Grampy.
Well, I appreciate it. I have fun. And like I said, right now, I mean, I watch a lot of news too. I mean, different outlets, because people think, but they think, oh, you just watch this, or, I normally, I watch a lot of news. Normally I watch different, certain things on TV, not much, but sports, which aren't on right now. And it's really pissing me off, but I understand why, but yeah, now it's like I turn on like the local news. Like right now in about 20 minutes, our local news is going to come on. I want to find out like the update of what's going on overnight, around noontime. Like our governor makes a speech every day. There's links to find out what's going on. There's a VA link I can go to that I can check out stuff. I stay away from, because like I said, at least with like local news, you're not getting a spin. They're giving you links. They're telling you what's going on basically, and not, throwing like network spins into it and shit like that. and then I don't watch any more of it. I can't handle it right now. And it's not because like I'm worried and freaking out, but it'll stress you out. And the more people that just keep paying attention and doing what you're told to do and keeping track of what's going on is really important. And I look for the updates, on local news and certain sites that I believe don't have like a certain spin on them or something that I'll use and that have links to actual like medical, stuff, or facts, but other than that, I can't watch these news conferences. I can't watch the bullshit spinning that's going on both sides about all the shit that's happened and the shit that's still going on and all that crap, because it stresses you out, and I mean the fact that like I've told people I don't go out much, right? I pretty much don't go out much and everything, but like right now it's like I can't, right?
You like music much, Grumpy?
Probably I listen to different music than you, Rob, but yes.
I've listened to all kinds. There's been some awesome music live streams, some bands and stuff. There's one group, Jams in a Van. They've been doing some daily streams with some bands and stuff, and Playing for Change is also doing some stuff. So
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
With the music, I mean, I know that people are doing live streams and from their homes, and I understand why they're doing it and stuff like that, but I've not seen one yet, and I seriously doubt. And I'm not picking on your music, but if I have a certain thing I listen to, it's my go-to shit.
right.
And no, I mean, I get it. There's and that's actually good advice for people, that don't know that are into like what you're saying, the in-home concerts and
pleasant distraction from the news. It is.
Yeah.
Hashtag hi to Celeste Kitty's husband.
Oh yes,
I would say
absolutely.
hi.
I hope is he drunk tonight? He woke up to pee.
I mean,
that's a good reason to wake up. It's better than peeing.
A lot of these musicians are not able to do their shows, so they're just streaming a show from their living room and stuff. Yeah. It's kind of next level concert, man. It's like, hey, this is kind of a cool thing to come out of the virus.
Yeah, I get that.
Just right there with the musicians instead of on the stage.
Can we
$100 ticket.
Can I change the subject for a minute?
Hold on, Rob. Yeah, go ahead.
And just ask a question.
Sure.
And Rob or everybody, whoever in the chat, anybody that has an answer to this while I'm talking to everyone, just what kind of content would you like to see from Grampy? Would you like to see him review the news? Would you like to see him just do like a hangout podcast? Would you like to see him interview a guest? Would you like to see some like dumbass comedy skits, a combination? Like, I don't
remember,
know.
I still have the donkey suit.
Just what are your favorite things that when you've watched, you've been like, oh my gosh, that was just a cool streamer? I don't know.
That definitely needs to get some sponsorship and do weed reviews and edibles.
He just needs to get organized.
Reviews.
Yeah,
organized.
People, keep me on track sometime. No, I mean, people know I'm usually stoned. I mean, if somebody wants to donate money for like gummies or weed or something like that,
No, we could have corporations donate their goods to you, get a live broadcast and do a personal use and review of it.
Oh, Adam's right.
What?
Crazy people coverage gets views.
Oh yeah,
that's, of course, a great idea.
And
then Celeste says she has some ideas too.
Yeah, sometimes I take new shit off of my Facebook. And try to run with that. And that's why, I like Mudbrucker, because if Mudbrucker, I want to get Mudbrucker at times to like read the news.
He's a cool guy, and he's got a cool
Yeah.
voice.
And if you've never heard Mudbrucker read the news, he's got that unique. Yeah, he's good, and he's got that take, and he knows when to, you know. But yeah, something like that, you know. And, you know, I mean, not
like some different, like at least have some like women on here from time to time, so it's not a complete like male sausage party.
Yeah.
That way you get like more viewership and, you know, like a range of people.
Yeah.
Well, Grampy, I'll tell you right now. I mean, like I laid out what I want to do with my stream and everything. But man, once I get it going, I'd love to have you on, dude.
Wow. Thank you. Like I said, I get to and I understand like there's 9 people in this show right now, and it's not a lot of people that watch this, but like in this little microcosm world that we have, there are like many millions of little different microcosms in this world that are the same. But, and I'm not saying Mandela effect, but you know what I mean? Little worlds, like just getting to go on like Pimp Monk's show, and then getting to go on Hannibal and Monty's show. It's like, you know, like it's almost like I feel I need to buy a new dress. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, I'm going to be on the Hannibal and Monty show. Oh my God, what am I going to wear? You know? So it's like, you know, it's almost, I don't know, to equate it to maybe being on Carson or something, you know, or like, you know.
Celeste Kitty said something really awesome. And I think she wants to hear about real world stuff, like your experience living through Waco and stuff. I lived in Texas, like, I don't know. Anyway, like,
yeah, like Waco.
It seems like your real stories are good too. Like the times when you've had like real life stories, those are really good. And I think that's a really good point.
My whole thing, I remember Waco like a lot of people do, you know. The thing that I worked for a dairy company at the time. I was driving a milk truck for Green Spring Dairy. And in our room where we did our paperwork, where the driver's paperwork was, we had little cubby holes where we put all our shit. There was like this TV up there, and that was the day that they, you know, it all broke loose and shit. So I was like sitting there watching it, like as it unfolded like that. And then I rushed home and like watched it. But there's, you know, there's a lot of stuff about that is misunderstood or over, or I don't know. I'm not saying that there's people out there that have, I don't know. It's, the way they
high
did
school
it,
class, you
know, the way they did it, you know, and I get it, you know, there was arms and stuff, you know, weapon. I get all that.
Look, no, it was not right what they did. The FBI was not right.
Yeah, I was like, the whole time I was like, you know, creating a scenario that they knew would probably happen, you know, based on like the doctrine that was being taught. They want something to happen, and the government's willing to fucking, you know, let them actually, you know, I don't know. I think they created a scenario that didn't need to happen, and it blew up in their face. And I think Janet Reno proved how incompetent she was at that point. It was a fucked up situation, you know.
Yeah, I don't like Alex Jones. I think he's a tool, especially with that Sanity Hook shit. But he did something on Waco, and like, yes, he's a quack. But
I've seen some good. Yeah, I just have a hard time just listening to anything that Alex Jones. Even, I mean, I understand he's reported on things that happened and stuff, and that's why people gave him some credibility and everything. But yeah, I've seen some documentaries, some in-depth things, and as I don't know enough about it to. I mean, I have my personal. I think they fucked it up.
Most of the people that died were children, and they were burned alive.
Yeah. How did the fire start? You know, why did they feel a need to ram the fucking building with a giant fucking tank? You know, I don't know. The way they went about it was, and I get like Gertrude. David Koresh was a narcissistic personality disorder.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Gertrude's like 100% right. Yeah.
But the way it went down was just like surreal. Like, how the fuck did this happen? You know? And I think in the beginning they tried to spin a story to make themselves look better, and it ended up backfiring on them, you know? So yeah. That's my whole idea about Waco, you know.
Hey, Grumpy.
Yeah.
A high school friend of mine, she was at Waco as a deputy back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that popped off, she quit and come back home.
Yeah, I mean,
and, she shared her story with me a bit. It was fucked from the get-go. And then it got out of hand with the FBI stepping in and taking over.
Celeste Kitty? Oh my God, you're so right.
No.
Were you in Waco?
That's what they did. It's called PSYOPs.
The lady in the bottom. Were you? I can't see who that is. It's in the bottom. I can't read your name. But yes, were you in Waco at the time? Where were you at, or whatever? You guys said you were in Waco. Where were you with it?
No, I was actually younger, but I was living pretty close to Waco. I was living in East Texas.
Oh, okay.
I was I was kind of like, I guess I was like in middle school, high school, something like that. But I remember seeing it
in the town next door news. I saw it. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you were there or lived in the city or what. You know, I was just curious when you said you were in Waco at the time.
Yeah. So we watched the news because it was
well, everybody did.
It was close, and everybody was watching it, but definitely we were watching it closer because I was like,
yeah, it was happening in your own backyard neighborhood,
2 to 3 hours away or something like that. Yeah. So it was definitely something they covered every day. But it wasn't until I was older and like my friends started getting arrested for like things like entrapment and bullshit like that. Like I've had a lot of friends that are like, they're still in prison for computer crimes and shit they were like entrapped to do by the FBI. It's a really messed up situation because if they want you, they're going to get you. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah. I was just going to say that in regards to the fire, you were saying, Grampy, that fire wouldn't have started had the police not came.
No, I don't think it would have. No.
You know, whether they started the fire or the Koreshians, whatever they call themselves, whether they started the fire just to pick their own ending is yet to be determined.
Yeah, to me.
But it wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't been forced upon them and escalated.
You know, in my opinion, should they have done something? Absolutely. What was going on there? I understand by law certain things had to be done, but I think they pretty much after the initial contact, I think literally pretty much after that, every choice they made after that, they pretty much fucked up. Because they went from, I don't know. And I understand, you know, like people died, you know, in that initial shootout, you know, the way that happened, but the whole thing could have been handled like way different, you know, where I think a lot of this probably would have never been necessary. Had it been like carried out differently.
Yeah.
I mean, they've handled bigger places than that before, right? They've raided places with weapons or whatever, and even children, and you know, so they've done things like this before. So,
but like Celeste Kitty said, they were under extreme duress. These are people that had music played on them and lights blared on them and stuff like that.
Terrorized
So
for what?
what do you
53?
do?
How many days was that standoff?
Yeah.
It was
How many
a long
days
time.
was that standoff?
Plus Dave. Yeah. Plus
it was
David
a long
Koresh.
time, Too Tall, and they were doing the music and the lights the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. They did the sleep deprivation.
Yeah. And
it was only 19 days. I thought it was more than that. Or was that the siege? Because they had them pinned up and hemmed up for over 70 days or something, where they weren't free to go without bullshit. That they just, elected to stay at them, or they went, indifferent.
Yeah.
They weren't free to go at some point for several months.
A lot of people were monitored, but it wasn't 70 days they were stuck in there. It was like 19 days.
No, I guess that was the standoff from the shootout to the fire.
Oh, yeah, but no, it just and they I don't know, it just overreacting, because I mean, it wasn't like anybody was going anywhere. And when you start playing like loud music like the safety dance, or I'm surprised, I wonder if they played Afternoon Delight by Starland Vocal Band.
I mean, there was definitely a better way, I think, to do that.
And if people go, well, what would you have done? I'm like, I don't know, literally anything different, but
an ice cream truck out there.
But yeah, but see, they gave,
out there.
But they gave David Koresh what he wanted, right? He wanted that end times to come, and the government was more than fucking happy to give it to him, So in his eyes, and some of the people still to this day, because I watched a documentary, not last year or something, or a while back, where there's actually people that still think not that, okay, I don't think he should have died that way, because I think the whole thing should have been happened like differently, but still he's got that small that clique of people that think his prophecy came true, and they are just whatever, they still believe in that shit. And so yeah, he got what he wanted. They were happy to give it to him. He made his own prophecy come true.
He wrote his destiny.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, I mean, he was crazy before.
Oh yeah.
But obviously he was totally nuts. But then when you add in the fact of when you're prosecuted by the government, when you're being investigated by the government, and I can tell you this from personal experience, like, it's not good. Like, the FBI, they come once, and then they come again, and the second time they come, they arrest you, and they're, like, it's just, anyway, it's a bad situation. And like, he knew he was under investigation. It makes you drive like different ways home.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if you're being followed. It makes you not sleep. Yeah. It's a different brand of crazy that most people don't understand unless they're dealing with that level of prosecution, because you can't fight the government.
Right.
Paranoia of the government trailing you. Yeah, that's a motherfucker. Oh, and then you got him parked outside your thing in helicopters, lamps.
It's really hard because when you like, especially when it's like computer type cases, because then you're going before a judge, some dude, and they don't even know what a fucking terabyte is. So how are they going to give you a fucking fair trial?
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand half of the shit that's fucking going on. How is that a fair trial? Anyway, it's just messed up. But yeah, it's.
Hey,
if they want you, they'll get you.
Let me ask you a question. Maybe you brought that. Just remind me. What do you think about? What's your opinion on these targeted individuals on YouTube that walk around like literally everything. It's the government following them. It's the government watching them.
No.
Yeah, I was just.
No, it's
Did
like
you-
complete. Oh my gosh. I've never seen. I actually Googled or I typed in YouTube after seeing Rev's video, and I saw a couple of people, and it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's always the real smart
Targeted.
ones that are being targeted for some strange fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, why would the government be targeting you unless it is just plainly fuck with you because you're an idiot, you know?
I mean, I've run into
Grampy.
people before. Like I ran into somebody at Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, did you guys see the video of that girl that shaved her pubic hairs and mailed them to Melania Trump on Facebook video?
Oh yeah, Gail
And then-
Cord.
And then
Oh,
she
Lord.
later did a video about her, the FBI was knocking at their door. Whatever
yeah.
happened to her? Did anybody follow that up?
Oh, Gail's been around for years. She's still around. The story has developed on so many levels beyond that.
Did the
past that.
FBI really come to her house?
No, because she's nuts. Okay. She's nuts. She lives in an apartment complex with other, and I'm going to be blunt with my language, people. So please bear with me. She lives in an apartment building, probably with a bunch of other crazy nuts, right? That have mental health issues. That it's probably more of like an assisted living type,
Right.
you know. So
Special
there's yeah, it's a special needs community, right? And I've known people that lived in them, and they can be kind of fun. There's a lot of beautiful people in them, but you also got your crazy people, right? And the fact that she's a woman. Her men that she talks about, okay, in real life, it's probably all the old guys in the neighborhood. They can still get this this girl to like have sex with them, right? 'Cause she likes to talk about her men. No, nothing she says. I seriously don't think that the FBI takes her seriously because they know she's a nut and she doesn't have the capacity or the brain power. She just talks a lot. Funny, right? Never know where she's going to go because she likes dildos and sex and Putin and hates Melania Trump. I mean, damn, Melania Trump's going to ruin the world because she's the real world, you know. I mean, so yeah, no, I seriously, something like that. That's where they go. Hey, Joey, look at
But
this
didn't she
one.
make a video later saying she faked that and
Oh yeah,
her
yeah.
pubes or whatever?
yeah.
Could somebody put a link to her in the chat or something for me? I'd like to follow up on that channel or whatever.
I think a lot of what she does, is shtick, quite honestly. But I think she's really that fucking nuts that she just starts talking and doesn't, you know.
What is the thing about her men? Like you were just saying, like I'm new to like.
I'm thinking it's the old guys in the fucking building, you know. That can
I was
go
like, does she have a husband and like some like male sons? And it's like,
No,
okay,
I
my
don't know.
husband and her
But
men.
yeah,
I don't know.
her
What does it
men.
mean?
It's the old guys in the fucking building.
What does it
in the
mean? I don't know.
Well, but yeah, Gail Cord is. There's some shows that actually dedicate a lot of time to her, and hats off to them. You know, it's funny. Her men are her online handlers. Oh yeah,
Thanks, Adam.
and she's got men that send her money, right? She actually, from what I understand, for the right price, will send you naked pictures. So yeah, she's a business, you know. She talks about the sex thing. It's like that. It's like that Florence Rain chick, the one that does the coffee enemas and the all that shit. She likes to be naked. She does.
Does she have an OnlyFans? Like Shani?
No, well, she's got a website. She's got a website. You pay for it and stuff like that.
YouTube channel.
And she'll do a lot of stuff.
8.39 subscribers. Facebook, Twitter, Amazon. Damn.
Yeah.
She's a corporation.
Oh yeah,
She's like,
yeah,
she's incorporated crazy woman, huh?
she's done coffee enemas, urine therapy, all sorts of crazy shit, and she likes to be naked. And
maybe that's why I didn't subscribe to her.
Let's put it this way: she's as skinny as Shani is fat. You know what I'm saying? And maybe not quite that skinny as Shani. Maybe not the best comparison, but she's like really skinny and stuff like that, and she likes to live in the fucking. She likes to be naked.
Oh Lord. Could you imagine me appearing in one of her videos? I could show up and deliver some brownies and sit down and have coffee with her.
Yeah. Rumor, do you know who Bruce Spiner is?
No.
Is he that one dude that's got a little bit of a list?
Lieutenant Commander Data from Star Trek.
No.
Okay, I don't really understand Star Trek, but apparently that's Gail's lover.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna have to. I'll look it up. Oh,
she's been chasing him since before the internet.
Oh wow! So she's super important.
Yeah,
she's dating Lieutenant Commander Data. Wow.
Yeah, there's actually a video of him years ago being asked by a fan, right, who paid to see this guy, right, at a meet and greet type thing, and audience participation. Asked him if he was aware who Gail Cord Schumer was, and he's very aware of who she is. For
real, Celeste, I just got kicked off of Twitter.
For what?
I was making fun of that 80s porn star Amber Lynn. All I did was make a bunch of memes, but I have so many socks that I sign up with so many different phone numbers. They're usually throwaway accounts. I usually buy PVA accounts, and so anyway, it's just I don't even know what phone number that was. But I got suspended for making memes. That's ridiculous. Censored the house.
I know how Shani can put her porn on Twitter, but you get censored for a fucking meme. Excuse me, I didn't mean to call it porn.
And then Celeste Kitty said she just called her own sister, and she was in Facebook jail for 30-day stretches for calling her sister a Skankosaurus Rex, which is actually really fucking funny. And it's not even a cuss word.
Oh, I got a warning from Facebook for making a comment on a news story talking about how white supremacists wanted to use the coronavirus as a weapon. And I basically made the comment of those white trash morons couldn't even tie their own shoes. And I got a warning from Facebook.
Wow. Well, you know what it is too? A lot of people are taking advantage of the flagging systems right now. Yeah. I actually made a video about it. There's some there's some person that was trying to get somebody else flagged and basically take advantage of the coronavirus, because on YouTube things are getting flagged now because people are using the phrase, Budweiser virus. Yeah. So it's better to not have that in your title and, call it the Budweiser virus and not allude to it as, because it'll shadow ban you.
I have a meme that is guaranteed. Every time I've tried to use it, I went in a Facebook jail once for it, but I can't even use it in the comment section. You remember those See and Say toys where it goes, the cow goes moo, right? Remember those? I have a meme, right, with this chicken. It's got the See and Say, and it says the cow goes, and then at the bottom there's that picture of that chick with jizz all over her face. And there's a little meme that goes like that. And that got me put in Facebook jail. And every time I've ever tried to use it in the comment section to be sarcastic, I get this reminder from Facebook that this violates their terms of services policy or whatever the fuck. So I'm gonna try to sneak it into one of my videos one time, just for fuck's sake. But yeah, it's the one meme, right? That you know, they won't let me use, that I've got. But and the thing is, I found it off of Facebook, and that's why what gets me too, like with YouTube, you get fucking strikes sometimes, right? Community strikes for putting out something that somebody else put out that is still on the fucking YouTube. You're the one that gets hit with the fucking hate and bully speech when all you do were the community guidelines, when literally all you did was show what the stupid shit they said. You're the one that gets hit with hate and bullying. It's like,
it's like when the COPA thing took effect. Now you get strikes for using certain words, even in the titles of your own videos.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that changed things a lot. And then,
yeah, I've yet to have that problem, but
there's one channel, the Surviving Life channel, he does a lot of exposing things, and he's gotten popped so many times just for the most petty things. And I haven't, he's literally, I think he's almost had to switch formats because he can't even title his videos properly because YouTube will flag them.
Well, I mean,
you've got to title the videos properly, and then you have to make sure that, for example, we just need to, I don't know, people need to set up OBS. If stupid ass Rev can use it, Rev uses OBS. He's got that layout on his thing. We need this cool lobster thing. And then, I don't know.
Yeah.
Then that will be easier.
Yeah. And with this whole COPA thing, I think a lot of people pretty much understood what it was from the beginning. And it's just the fact that certain people got really scared about it and started, it did change the way, you advertise shit or it's sad that you have to put something literally down that says, no, this is not intended for kids because of shit that goes on the internet. Sometimes there's a necessary evil because there's shitheads out there, and whatever they did is, it's what they did. But the people that really worried about it and brought it up a lot, and I'm not talking about people that were explaining what it was, and what it wasn't, and explaining it. And there was a lot of those videos out there, but some people took it they're coming after you now. They can sue you now. They're worried about it because somebody might think that they like kids or something when nobody brought it up. I've never had to say, this is for kids. I might say, hey, this is a family show, joking or something, but it's not something. And the fact that you have to literally worry about the fact that, somebody might, I don't know. There's certain people, the way they react sometimes to certain thing, those red flag fucking creep factors come flying through the air, but that's just my opinion. Listen,
what's up with the adults calling their streams saying it's a kid stream so that you don't get notifications for them, like Cyrex's girlfriend?
The what?
You know how you can turn on notifications? You click the bell and you click all.
Oh, right.
Somehow there are a couple of people that will mark their channel for kids, so you're not able to get the notifications for them.
That's what Cyrex does?
His girlfriend.
See, that's fucked up.
I bet Adam knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and that's when you get down to he just that's a weird motherfucker, man. That's
but why would you mark your stream for kids? so that people aren't allowed to like sign up for notifications.
Because he thinks he's fooling
guess.
people. That way they're not going to know
Yeah.
when he's live, which kind of defeats the purpose of doing a stream and having a fucking bell, right?
Well, I mean, if you're
but
trying to
marketing your
avoid,
content as children, like you're not
Yeah.
like you act
Well,
like children, but
maybe-
neither one of you is a fucking child.
maybe he's doing it so that, you know, the trolls and the other goofs aren't getting notifications and bombing him.
Well, yeah, that he's showing everybody, but at the same time,
He ain't making it easy for him to be found by the trolls.
no,
Stuff.
it doesn't. He doesn't make it.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It's not like he makes it. People know when he's on, right? I mean, it's not like
Definitely, we all know when everybody's on because everybody
Yeah.
gets some kind of notification from somebody in somebody's
Yeah.
Discord.
yeah.
So
I get pops all the time going
Always
so and so's
popping.
live or check this out or some shit like that. But yeah, when it gets where you got to like hide it like that, I mean, first, like I said, first of all, it defeats the purpose of getting views, right? Because that would have to mean that all of his subscribers, right, would also like have all their adult content thing, whatever, like take, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's just, I don't know, he's a music man, you know, he makes his fucking music and he dances funny, you know.
that'd definitely be one of the definitely be one of the first shows that like I'd throw together if I were you.
Yeah, it's just
We need to bring out our people and have them bring out their people and have a fucking rap battle.
oh God.
I'm not kidding. Dance contest, the whole night, like talent contest, whatever. You'll do a whole thing.
People involved, they'd probably be little bitches, and you know, it's like I'm not gonna do it's up there. And it's just
You don't want to see me on stage with Dancing with the Stars or something? No way. Ain't happening.
I mean, nobody wants to see anybody, but that doesn't mean. Well, actually, that means you want to see them more.
yeah, but
So-
yeah, I mean, you figure you're dealing with people like Cyrex, you know. I mean, somebody like Suplex, sure, you can get him on, but
Rap battle.
See, I have a hard time dealing with Suplex, not because you know whatever, but to me, it's like it's like he seriously doesn't understand anything, right? He doesn't, and like I said, I'm not shitting on the boy. I'm really not, but he wants friends, and I understand that, right? Wanting to be part of something, but he doesn't understand what he brings at all, and not because he's there's a reason that he's on disability, you know. I'm guessing.
I just think we get people to submit videos. We encourage them to submit them and just
Yeah.
let the people vote. We don't have to have a whole like have everybody on to talk about it.
Okay.
Maybe everybody just submits, you know, some you know,
Or
rap
people
videos.
can submit videos that they found of those people dancing. Okay.
Or maybe they could do a compilation. Yeah, that's awesome. They could do that too. I would think that'd be funny.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I turn on sometimes, and I'm just going, I just have so little like disinterest in like any of this shit. It's unless something breaks where somebody does something that's differently, it's something I can follow from a large distance, and I prefer it that way because it's just listening to other people's shitty stuff sometimes is like, especially when you don't know the context, just you see a bunch of fucking like idiots, dumbasses in a fucking hangout, like screaming at each other. And I've been in those before. I think, you know, like back in the day, but it's sometimes just like the people in the room. You're like, God, there's probably not like an IQ of 100 between the five in the room sometimes, you know. And that's not shitting on them. It's just, you know, I don't know. Maybe it is, you know. Yeah, Suplex just wants a girlfriend, you know. And maybe that's something we can work towards too.
Dude, I'm a fan of the champ, but he has been a little annoying lately with the flip-flopping. Let's be real.
Yeah, because for that simple reason, people are. I mean, I don't hate the kid. You know, I mean, it's just what bothers me is I see what he is, right, and what happens with him, and like when he comes on like with the Geek Room sometimes or something, and they've always been very nice. I mean, they're not, you know, trying to like, but he still doesn't understand why. You know what I mean? And the way that he gets treated, like in the Juggalo community, like everybody's protecting him and shit. It's like, dude, put him in a fucking in a like a group of people that really think wrestling is real, right? You know, and with all the stuff he got, he could be a legend in that community. He'd have to learn how to stop like using some of the language he uses, but
yeah, just talking shit. Yeah,
but see, that's a community that he belongs in, you know. But people like trying to befriend him, you know, and be his handlers and shit like that when he doesn't have a clue, right? He doesn't. There's people he thinks are, and I get, you know, sometimes people backstab you and stuff, but he's thrown around like a mascot, like the special needs mascot. Oh, he's our friend. No, he's our friend, you know. And the drama that's created around him is pretty fucked up at times, you know, because that video, that video that he did where he was like freaking out on his bed, you know, and then he comes, yeah, that was like, I don't know, in a way, kind of like hard to watch. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing with this kid? You know, he doesn't understand. When I say that, like I said, I'm not being mean to the kid, right? But he thinks that wrestling, I mean, his reality is different than most people, other people on the internet. They're doing this, you know, and the fact that he doesn't understand that, right? Like, you know, when people call pretending to be wrestlers, right? He seriously thinks that it's these people. He's going to have a relationship with, or he's going to have a relationship with Alexa Bliss, you know, and he's got that puppy love mentality. Like, that's why I made that comment finally, you know, because he likes to talk about women and what he's going to do. I asked him finally, I said, you know, have you ever seen a naked woman besides your mother? And just trying to like end it, you know, because, you know, like his puppy love, you know.
I heard that stream.
Yeah, it's like, what are you going to do?
You were just trying to have a conversation. You asked him how he made a living and just like whatever. I'm not trying to be psycho, but I remember that.
He's more of like, I want to hold her hand. It's that puppy love, first love, you know, feeling that you got when you were a lot younger than he is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that gets manipulated and you know, exploited a lot, you know. And sure, it's funny, right? But at the same time, I'm like, you know, come on, man, really, you know.
I like parodies though. We should still do a rap battle. Maybe we'll just not let Suplex.
No, his rap battles are cringy. I mean, the best. And
I like Cyrax's rap battles. He's like, I don't have any shoulders, but I don't care. I don't have any shoulders.
Yeah.
Best line ever.
He's so bad, it's funny. I remember one, he was doing his dance. He was like flailing his arms and kicking his legs and shit. And just watching that with pretty much any music, you know, turn the sound down, speed it up to about twice speed. And he could put that to like any fucking music. And it's funny as fuck, you know, because he's a unique dancer. Oh, God. That's why I love the internet, you know. It's crazy shit, you know, that you can actually talk to and interact with. But shit. But listen, we've been going on like 3 hours and 18 minutes. Fuck. Yeah, I just wanted to pop on tonight, have some fun, maybe relieve some stress from people, and stuff and everything. And hopefully you had a good time. Help you like forget all the crap.
Good time, Grumpy. Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming in, Rob. See, sometimes you're useful, Rob. You know.
Yeah, thanks for having a stream.
Yeah, you know. Man. I don't usually wake up till like later in the evening. Sometimes my sleep schedule is so fucked up. But if I get something, if somebody wants to talk to me like in Discord or something, if they want to like help me figure out something and that'd be nice sometime. We can just send me a message or something. But I'd really like to do something. It helped me out too, having a little bit of structure, going at a certain time. I have to be a certain place instead of just saying, fuck, I guess I'll do it now. Because see, that's another thing too. I'll want to do a stream and then I'll talk myself out of it sometimes, And then, so the thing is, sometimes if I schedule a stream, then I know I got to do a stream. And then I talk myself actually into doing the stream. So by the time I actually go live, there's a lot of shit already going on in my fucking head. But to have a structure or something, I don't know if you understand what I just said, but it's like I don't know, being my own worst enemy. But yeah, I'd like to do it. And if I get like Mudbrucker said, I mean, we haven't officially talked, but he said he'd be interested in like doing news stuff or just being around because that's what Mud's good at that. Special shout out to Kentucky CPS. As long as this corona's going on, Swan Helton has no access to his children. So anyway, I guess that was the timestamp. I don't know. But anyway, Rob, before we leave, let everybody tell us about your channel, what you do real quick, 20 seconds or less. Say something and I'll let you go first, Rob.
I just do some random live streams, just get together, hang out, shoot the shit, have a good time. Look at this video, that video. We never know what we're looking at.
Okay.
Get high, get by, and crazy dog videos and stuff.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming. Widow, you got anything to plug real quick before real fast?
My upcoming channel that I'm going to be pushing is going to be called the Sanctum Sanctorum. It's going to be where I'll be talking about philosophy, occult philosophy, music, symbolism, things like that. May do a few random shows here and there, but I hope to have that started here within the next couple of weeks or so. So once I get everything going, get a few guests on, Grampy, I'll definitely have you on, man.
Do you know the symbolism behind me? I'm not talking about the colorful one, the one above me here.
Oh, Motorhead.
No, do you know who that is?
Oh, the symbol that they used.
The symbol they created. Who is that?
Oh, it's
What's his name?
Man. Oh, I knew till you asked me.
No, you didn't.
I'd read it somewhere, but it escapes me right now.
It's around my neck continuously. Has been for quite a while now. Snaggletooth. Absolutely.
Awesome.
That was the name of the dragon that Christina Blackfeather sold me, which I always thought was kind of all right. But anyway, thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Check him out, guys. Rumor, before I leave, play what link, Adam? Oh, Adam sent me a link. Does somebody? Oh fuck! Rumor, do you have a wrench?
I can do a screen share for you if you need.
No, but you don't have a wrench. Rumor, do you have a wrench?
Yes.
Okay, can you play that? Can you play that link? Can you share that so I don't have to go into the YouTube side?
Yeah.
I've got it ready. I can do it right now, Grumpy, if you want.
Well, you don't have a wrench, so you can't.
Just look down here in your share.
No, Rob, Rumor's going to do it. Okay, just.
Okay.
Okay. Appreciate the. Okay, you kind of popped in for a second. You got it?
No, that was me.
Oh, no, don't let Rumor do it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this
But
link
no,
is.
you don't need a wrench to share a screen, Grampy.
Okay, well, we're gonna let. That's right, Gertrude, and Jeffy's playing something too. So, but yeah, do the one, Adam. Can you find it, Ruma?
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. This is weird.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. I'm gonna black out for a second so I can. Oh my God, it's Nick the Dick. Fuck. He's flagged my channel. How many? Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Are you serious, Adam? He's a flagger and a half. Anyway, let's is he is it worth it, Adam? Oh, this is totally worth it. Okay, well let's see what happens. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let's hold on, let's apparently I'm supposed to go to 22 minutes and 25 seconds, so
No sound, Grumpy.
hold on. Hold on, let me
I forgot. I'm not in Chrome. I'm in a different browser. I can go to Chrome real quick. I was just like, I've been drinking tonight and I'm tired. But I can like go to Chrome real quick and open it up. I was like, oh, forgot I'm not even on Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on, real quick.
Okay. Oh fuck. Yeah, Nick the Dick. Lobsterception.
Well, what's the context to this all about?
Well, Nick goes back way back with a lot of people. I go way back with Nick. You know, he's oh shit. Kind of hard to explain. You know, fuck.
Chewed beef.
Yeah, it's you know, it's one of those people that if you have to explain him, it's a long story. You know, it's a but he hates pretty much all of us. He likes Von Helton. He's yeah, it's stuff that you know we all yeah
Stuff we dread the most.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure Celeste has known Nick longer than me. Yeah, he flagged a couple of my videos before my original channel got flagged and shut down completely. I was having an issue with him because he would say really stupid shit on the internet, and then I'd like have fun with it, and then he flagged me and shit, and then because whatever. But yeah, he was on a roll, and he's such an idiot. He really is. I mean, just his
sadly
attitude.
they're out there.
Oh yeah, and he yeah, but hopefully Rumor will be back in a minute. I've still got the.
This is last. Yeah, I've had this ready. I could have pulled this. I've had it ready for a minute, but
no, I know, Rob, but I'd like to have somebody else control of the video because you wouldn't know when to stop and and
at your command, partner.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that, but Rumor has a little bit understanding
it's all good.
The topic and shit. I want to ask Grampy to give me a wrench in the white. Oh shit! Okay.
And somebody gave me a wrench after a while. I asked if they could upgrade it to a chainsaw.
I'll be right back. I'm
need a link for the paddle. Oh, okay. Here you go, hon. Maybe it'll let me post it.
I got it.
There, I got it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody got it.
Apparently something happens at 22 minutes and 25 seconds. I'm wondering if he mentions me. I'm a white dude stuck in a hot cat's body.
Holy shit.
Hold on, let me go onto the YouTube side real quick.
Okay. Okay. Celeste, you have a wrench. Jeff, you already had a wrench, you bastard. Okay.
Trolls.
Oh, sorry.
Wannabe motherfuckers out there with 11 subscribers.
How many subscribers?
A little message for all the trolls out there. The trolls. The ones that comment about the YouTube's video about the Von Helton.
So you motherfuckers out there, you trolls, you wannabe motherfuckers out there with 11 subscribers, shouldn't even really give you no validation. I should tell you to just go fuck yourself. Oh wait, I already did. I blocked your ass. Just a little heads up for people out there who think I was the one that flagged Vaughn's videos. You're a fucking idiot. He was flagging mine. Get it straight. You want to tell a story, tell it.
I'm sorry to pause it, but why does he have a keyboard there? Anyway.
Right. Like, seriously, that motherfucker is a cunt. I don't feel sorry for. Really don't. In other news, he made another video. I would totally do a compilation of that video. Psyche. Speak. He can't even let him talk. It was like the same crap that I used to go through having Ryan in my Google Hangouts, aka the guy that used to troll him the most. But, you know, reality is even Ryan was trolling me.
Wow.
Kentucky CPS finally did their fucking job. Really, they did. Reality is, he's probably not ever going to be a fit parent. As crazy as this is about to sound, Andrea, who's spent multiple stints in a mental hospital, is probably more of a sound parent than Von Helton.
Wow. Holy shit.
That's the truth. And I never really talked to Andrea. She had come and gone before I even got there.
This is funny.
Reality is there was probably some form of Stockholm syndrome that went on there.
Just tell me if you want me to pause it anywhere if anyone has a comment, because
I don't know the whole context of what happened. Was Nick trolling everybody the whole time, or who, you know, yeah, wow.
Really. And her only way to get out was to go crazy, go off her meds, so on and so forth. Is what it is. I didn't realize until after what type of person he was. You know, I thought he was pretty good, cool. He has his moments where he's all right, trust me. And that's me saying that. I'm a dickhead. They don't call me Nick the Dick for fucking nothing, man. But reality is those moments are also unhealthy for children. When children see a scenario of parents fighting or arguing all the time, it kind of gets embedded into their brains, and it can mentally mess up their psyche.
Wow. This is
Truth. She should be with someone on her level. Someone that is actually going to give a fuck about her the way she used to give a fuck about Vaughn. That's the correct way to put it. My back. Oh, there we go. Pop, pop, pop. It's cold out here. Probably doesn't help having wet hair right now, but that'd be fun. Just put on some socks. Reality of it all is he probably wouldn't have got banned off of YouTube if he didn't keep doing those I was right videos. Hate speech gets banned. Flat out, there's certain things I don't say in videos. I think before I say. It's one thing he needs to learn to do. It's taken a long time to mentally train my brain to think before I just say.
That's also
Trust me, I had plenty of videos that I used to do with him get flagged because I didn't think before I just spoke.
Absolutely. I'm just wondering.
And I'd wonder why I couldn't post for 6 months. That's the reason why. A fool like that. You are who you hang around, basically. Truth. You are who you hang around. If you hang around fucking weirdos and creepazoids, you become a weirdo and a creepazoid. I'm glad I was smart enough to separate myself from the people that fucking mentally were tormenting me as well as him. Don't let motherfuckers rent space in your head. Literally. The more you let somebody rent space in your head, the more they get under your skin. And then they lay their eggs. And then they hatch their eggs. And then
somebody
it multiplies.
Who has space in his head rented out.
Huh?
It's just kind of funny. Like I don't know. I hate it when people say, "Oh, you bring out space in my head." Like, ugh.
Oh, my back.
Nick fancies himself a philosophical person and intellectual. I'm wondering what the and maybe somebody can help me.
For a while, I actually took a big break from YouTube because I was focusing more on school. You know that.
Hold on a second. I'm wondering, and maybe Adam, you can help me. Oh God! Shout out to Kentucky Seep. Is that our side chat or his side chat? Holy shit! Yeah, it was his side chat. Holy fuck, Adam, you're a naughty boy. My thing is, I want to know. I'm curious what 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 it was with him, like other people that used to be friends with him or used to hang out with him. What was that final nail, right? Because a lot of people say, yeah, I always knew he was crazy, but this happened. And usually it had something to do with money, or just the fact they realized, certain things about Stinky. But I'm just wondering, if anybody knows any backstory on how Nick turned on Stinky. I'm just curious. Backstories are always fun. Like telling your mom she is trash and worthless, right, Nick? Oh, I remember that. Holy shit. That's when he got a lot of fucking attention for a while. And that's pretty much how I was introduced into him. But yeah.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead, keep going. I mean, this is actually pretty interesting. I'm trying to see where he's
Shit
going.
that gets you through and gets you better jobs in life. I just spilled rubbing alcohol all over the fucking table.
Sorry, I'm immature.
Oh, that's allowed.
Good on me, right? Good on me.
Speed the fucking speed it up just a tiny bit.
I wasn't using that at all. I was using it to clean my mouthpieces.
You probably get away with 1.5. Yeah, let's see if that.
Really, but fuck, it's like how many times you got to do the same shit just to get the same point? I think Albert Einstein said the method of insanity was to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again just to get the same results. That's Vaughn. It's Vaughn for you in a nutshell. Does the same shit. Says the same shit a million times. Thinks, oh, he broke the news first. He thinks he's some sort of Alex Jones is what the reality is. But it's hard to tell you, bro. You're not an Alex Jones. You don't have the amount of following that Alex Jones has. You had it at one point, but a lot of it was just trolls and sock accounts and people following you just out of spite, out of laughs, out of shits and fucking giggles. Really. I know some of those people only followed me for the same fucking reason. Shits and giggles. And I was happy to give them to you. The shits? No.
No, you're not.
The shits you get. Yeah, you can't say those things to me, mate. You just can't. I'm getting the fucking shits. As my Aussie friend would say. You're pissing me off, mate. See, if people like him would learn to let things go on the shit that doesn't matter, he'd have a thicker skin, a thicker membrane, you know?
Let's talk about thick
reality.
Nick
doesn't have one.
Guts.
His epidermis is so thin.
Just putting that out there.
That it's like this piece of plastic here, this plastic bag. You can just rip it in half and get under your skin. I used to be like that. Not no more.
Wow.
Fuck what people have to say. Because at the end of the day, that's just their feelings. That's just something that they didn't like about themselves, so they took it out on others. Psychologically, that's them trying to mentally break people down and do exactly what I just said. Get under your skin like a bunch of bugs. Like a bunch of mites.
I prefer the term cockroach.
Yeah.
Like a botfly. Botfly lays its larva under your skin. It burrows and it bites. And I believe it carries some sort of disease. But what it does is it basically lays that larva in your skin and then you get that disease because 9 times out of 10, the botfly had already carried that disease over from mosquito. No, I'm not intelligent at all. I'm just a fucking smart ass, aren't I? I was the one that got all those guys talking about Hegelian dialect. I was the one that got all those guys talking about the fucking conspiracy shit.
Neither.
And then I slowly drifted away from those motherfuckers. Slowly. And then they went another direction. And I wouldn't go on that, what was that called? Drunken Peasants? I told those guys to go fucking kick rocks.
Wow, you showed them, man. They actually have viewers.
Is what it is. I don't agree with everybody. There's a little thing you need to know about me. Does not play well with others. Can't help it. It's just me, man.
Wow, that says a lot about somebody. You know what I mean?
What I really think is happening is a bigger distraction right now. The coronavirus crap. There's a bigger distraction going on.
Oh, hold on a second.
Now,
Hold on.
Per se, what? I do not know. But I do.
I want to, I'm really looking forward to this. I want to see Nick's take. I can't wait for this. I want to see Nick's educated take because he's a smart guy. Remember, people. I want to see Nick's take on what the coronavirus is. I want to see what kind of advice, Yeah, drunken presidents would have brought opportunity to Nick. I mean, it's like, oh, Nick's too, he won't sell out or something, whatever the fuck. But
Grampy,
huh?
I'm gonna tap on out. That brownie's working quite nicely, brother. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for having me.
Hey, take it easy, Rob.
Have a good night.
Peace, bro.
Fun with the
All right,
brownie.
God bless.
Take it easy. But yeah, I'm just looking at, I'm just, wondering what his spin is, just anyway. But go ahead, I'm just.
It's probably something stupid, but we should just see what
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
saying.
yeah. It's Nick.
Know that there is a bigger distraction going on, something bigger. I have theories, but they're just that, theories.
Share 'em, Nick.
Honestly, I felt some big earthquakes in my life, but the one today, I was shake, rattling, and rolling this whole this whole damn house. Pardon that.
Well, you live in California too, dude.
Smoke went down the wrong pipe. Anyway, like I was saying, it was shaking and rolling the whole fucking house. People all the way on the other side of the valley felt it. I'm wondering what it felt like at the epicenter, but that's just me. I always wonder those types of things. I'm one of those. I question things that are beyond people's understanding. That's what life's about.
Oh, you're so smarter than the rest of us.
Yeah.
That must be great for him.
I always wonder what it's like.
Well, what do I fucking know? I'm a high school dropout, and I'm only about a year and a half away from being a college grad. So just shows you that even if people think you are fucking stupid, you can still go out there and chase it. And by the way, I have a 5.0 GPA. Talk shit.
5.0.
Fuck is that? You're a fucking liar. That's not even. It's like
5.0.
Does it mean I'm smart? Probably not.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I'm wrong because they have different grading systems. I remember the ABCD method. Some places you could even get a something called an I or something like an incomplete. You didn't put in enough effort to even get a grade type shit. And then other places have like numbers based on, and so I've seen other, but I've never heard of most with grade point averages. I've never heard of like a 5.0 grade, because as far as I know, and maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so I looked it up on Google and it says a 5. I didn't think so either. I'm like, you're definitely full of shit. But it says a 5.0 GPA then is a grade point average that results from a weighted scale. A 5.0 generally indicates that a student took only 5.0 scale classes and earned only A's. So you would have to take like, I don't know, gifted and talented classes or something, I guess. That's what that means.
Well, can you get a degree like without having like a high school diploma? I mean, I thought part of a prerequisite to get into college was to have a special ed gifted. but one of the prerequisites to get into a college would normally be, not to take college courses or college classes, but to go into a degree program of any type, to graduate. I always thought you needed a high school diploma or equivalent.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's absurd. I'm sorry.
And a lot of times when people tout how smart they are, I know.
It's absurd.
Yeah. But let's continue.
Who cares? Do I have A's? Yep. Who cares? Really, it doesn't matter. It's just a piece of paper at the end of the fucking day. That's the way I see it. Reach for a goal and still just a piece of paper.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we can end this. I mean, it's Nick, and everything. And it's getting
that video, but I know how his people are and how his followers are.
Yeah, Nick's smart. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. You can take that off the screen. Take that off the screen. But yeah, Adam's got a point. He's got might be time to, maybe call it a day.
Hashtag Fun Brigade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody needs to stay safe.
Yeah, thank everybody. Be safe. Thanks for coming in, Rumor. You helped out a lot. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you later and stuff. And everybody, thanks for showing up. It's been fun. It's almost 5:30 in the morning, 5:27. April Fool's Day, people. So wait, it's, who knows what kind of chicanery and hijinks some dickhead's gonna come up with this year. Some of these things are planted well in advance. So with this certain atmosphere and thing we live in, certain things might not be a good idea, but tomorrow might be fun. There's always something on April Fool's Day. Somebody's going to say something. I have a strange feeling it's going to piss some people off this year as an April Fool's prank. I could be wrong, but it usually happens. No green hot dogs. That's St. Patrick's Day, bozo. Either that or Irv's fucking covered. But anyway, so they start taking shit seriously. Jeffrey, whenever we're around, that's one thing we can always count on you, Jeffrey, is you always take things as seriously as you possibly can. That's not saying much, but we know you attempt to. But anyway, you guys, thanks for showing up tonight. I'm going to end this. You guys have fun. The 8 people that are still watching. We'll talk to you later. Going to be doing something, I don't know, hopefully every day this week. I'm still bored, other people are too, and stuff and everything and things. But yeah, be safe, stay indoors unless you have to, maybe go out in your car for a little bit, take a little drive, get a cup of coffee, come home, do what you got to do, social distance, don't do things that are stupid to make yourself look, funny at the time for a video, and be respectful of other people, and we'll talk to you guys next time. So Rumor, we'll talk to you later. And I had a good time. So, now y'all can go fuck off and everything. So bye, now the goddamn fucking